alive.
In West Barovia, born and raised.
All right. So, as always, I do have inspiration up for which inspiration, because I know we haven't gotten to the point yet, is a essentially a status that sits in your character sheet. While you are inspired, you can expend that inspiration to reroll any one die.
Oh, so it's kind of like action points?
Yeah, kind of. It is.
More like luck points.
Yeah, they're much less readily available, however.
That's rude.
So I have inspiration for anyone who would participate in the brief recap of what went over, of what happened in our introduction last week.
Petal said
In our
hi,
introduction,
made everybody very uncomfortable. We traveled for 8 days or so.
Yeah.
8 days?
It was a
Oh.
3-wagon convoy. Well,
We were the
we
last of the
became
convoy.
3.
It was about 3 days.
Yeah, 3 days travel. I do remember that.
Do you think Petal
I
pays
rem-
attention to the date? No, I'm kidding.
Valid.
I
No,
remember-
that's valid.
Havoc and uproars in towns near Daggerfold.
Mm-hmm.
There's some gypsies outside.
My knight gave me a blessing before being stationed out in Daggerford, as well as a potion of heroism as a gift.
Mm-hmm.
I did detective work on my companions nearby.
we also had the tarot card reading in the beginning of the
Yes.
D&D session, explaining what the setup of our. It's like the best way I can say it is like a Persona-esque start.
Yeah,
So
so
you had a tarot card reading in the beginning to explain the story and how it's going to relate to our journey.
Yeah,
I do
so
have a
just-
question regarding that.
Sure.
Is it all randomized?
Yes.
And is that what you like base the story of the campaign off of?
So the way it works is there are 3 objects of power that are needed to defeat Strahd. You draw those Taraka cards to determine where they are on the map.
Oh,
And then there's also a destined ally, which is a list of important allies in in Curse of Strahd, and you draw a card to determine which one is going to be your destined ally.
yeah, the dead husband.
The dead husband, yeah.
Yeah.
The dead guy.
Yeah.
And then the final card is going to tell you where in Castle Ravenloft you are guaranteed to meet Strahd without his allies, without any like accompaniment.
Oh.
Right. So that's
Catch him
where
with his
we
pants
got
down.
from.
Yes,
Is
exactly.
it the latrine? He's so awkward.
It was his dark throne. Yeah. Which I guess could be.
It's
You know, depends on how you want to look at it.
I mean, he's a rich lord.
He is a rich lord.
Could
We
have
think
his
we're gonna,
throne
like-
be a porcelain one as well.
Right, we bust into what we think is the throne room, and it's just his bathroom sitting there taking a dump on his like scrolls.
I'm just gonna add a little bit of lightheartedness before we start getting into the heaviness that is Curse of Strahd. Considering vampires only consume blood, their shit's gonna like any shit a vampire takes sucks. That's the worst. Yeah,
It's just
yeah,
liquid.
yeah,
Oh.
all the time. Yeah, they piss blood all the time. That's their existence.
I don't want to play
Yeah.
vampire
Keep my
anymore.
mouth shut on that one.
Yeah, it sucks, dude. Being a vampire sucks.
Something not safe for stream.
All right. I will say, each of you, just because everyone had a bit, we didn't have a lot, so each of you is going to be gifted your inspiration. I'm going to go ahead and mark it on your character sheets. But if you look on your character sheets, directly below your name is going to be inspiration. You should see the symbol there now. As long as you have the little dragon symbol there, you can expend that at any point to reroll something. I do
Nice.
also allow if you are in a scene with so if you are all present, you can use your own inspiration to reroll for somebody else.
I'm so sorry. Where was the inspiration again?
That's
So,
on the
yeah.
very front of your.
Yeah, if you go to your character sheet, the first page underneath your name should a
Below-
little thing that says inspiration.
Below
Oh,
your
yeah.
name and above proficiency bonus.
Yeah.
Yeah, the little dragon. Sorry, I accidentally started the tutorial for the
Oh.
video, so it was making me click stuff there.
All good, all good. No
Okay.
worries.
Okay,
Does
nice.
inspiration stack?
What do you mean?
He
Uh-oh.
thinks it's luck points. He wants multiple of them.
Well, I'm asking if it works in that aspect, or if it's you only get one and that's the only one you get.
You are, while you are inspired, that's it. There may be certain situations where I will be willing to grant a party inspiration, which is just one that sits for the party. But that usually gifted from like ingenious play, like things that I didn't consider. You know what I mean? Like if you make me hit the Coke spit laugh-o-meter, which should be pretty self-explanatory, that also usually warrants an inspiration.
Sure.
Uh,
A Coke spin laugh-o-meter?
the Coke spit laugh-o-meter. If you catch me
Oh.
with a joke while I'm having a drink to the point to where I am at risk of losing that drink, usually I'll grant an inspiration for it.
Okay, wonderful.
Spit take meter.
A spit take, exactly.
And then lastly, if we don't use the inspiration this session, does it carry over to the next session?
Inspiration lasts until you use it.
Okay.
Bitchin'.
Thank you.
hmm
I rolled
Now-
stealth. I failed stealth. Inspiration, fail again.
Believe it or not, it happens.
I know.
I do also, at the start of every session, I will offer an inspiration for the person who does the recap. So,
So basically all of us, because we all have different style of note taking.
yes. There will be, usually I will max it out at like 2. So, and I try to move people, like if the person who usually does the recap has inspiration, usually I'll try to encourage somebody else to do it. You know, we
Yeah.
have methods, we'll make it work. And sometimes if the one person who is if the one note taker has inspiration and there's one person who like maybe missed the last session or was not involved in a lot of the things that happened, I'm not opposed to like you giving the inspiration that you earn from note taking to other party members. I'm not.
Yeah, 'cause I take detective notes.
Petal just pays attention to where the cute animals are.
And that's okay. That might help you. So, coming back in, we left off on our party with gathering storm clouds in the distance as they arrived across the shallow moat of Daggerford. The trade caravan passing by a caravan of brightly colored traveling folk on the caravan grounds there to the right of the bridge. But the trade caravan doing what it was here to do, aside from deliver its the travel companions that agreed to this to the jobs stationed along the way. The marketplace is right here. They very quickly get to work unloading their cargo, and basically as soon as they begin that, the kind of surly half-orc caravan master doesn't seem to pay attention to you anymore. You kind of stop existing to him, it seems like, as he zeroes in on unloading and beginning his manifest for the shipment. So, you all have different goals here, different people to meet. Would anyone in particular like to take the lead on where they want to go for the moment?
I will.
Okay.
I know that I'm supposed to be reporting somewhere to get my first mission.
Yes, you were specifically being. Let me double check it. It wasn't actually in Daggerford. It was one of the small towns near Daggerford. Let me pull up that map really quickly. Yes. If I recall, yours was at Gillian Hill, right? Gillian's Hill.
I believe so. Yes.
Uh,
Can you lose
And-
inspiration if you note take wrong?
no, no, I'm not. I will never. I will never take inspiration from you. And so, Sivan, you and Lane are kind of here on, like the same docket, essentially. Lane, you were asked to come here, to investigate the Mistwoods, or sorry, the Misty Forest. And Gillian's Hold is on the road, to the nearest entrance, like the nearest road leading into the forest. So, Gillian's Hold is further south, about another. If you're walking, about another day. As for Mr. Von Banks, I believe you also were going to Gillian's Hold, right? Was where your contact was said to be.
Yeah.
So, well, at that note, then, are you going? Is there anything you'd like to do here in Daggerford? Because it's late, kind of mid-afternoon. So probably around like 3 o'clock.
I wouldn't mind going to the tavern first, just to kind of get us a look at what's going on.
Okay.
Yeah, a place to crash for the night. We can head there first thing in the morning.
All right. So believe it is the River Shining. See where that is. River Shining is number 24, which is this large building here. It's right. It's not far in. So Petal, I'm assuming you're going to accompany Banks with this one.
I don't know. She's pretty interested in the people out front.
Okay.
Did they look like they were camping for the night?
Yeah, they look like they've been set up there for some time, actually. Like the horses are off their leads and let down by the river. The caravans themselves are, like several of them have like the front wheels taken off, so they're more stable.
Oh, so they're kind of set up permanently.
Yeah.
Potentially.
Semi-permanently, yeah.
Did they look like they were... Yeah, you said mid-afternoon, so they're probably winding down for the day?
Yeah. It looks like for the most part they are pretty bereft of responsibility here.
So, definitely gypsies. She wouldn't know that.
But yeah, definitely like very much very much traveling folk who found a good spot. Yeah.
I love that for them. I don't know if Petal really has any reason to go to the bar.
Tavern for now. All right.
She might just wander around here. We'll see how it goes.
Okay. Gonna around the caravan.
Is the marketplace open?
Yeah, marketplace is open. Yeah.
I think she's just gonna go
Yeah.
look at all the wares.
So Daggerford is it's a walled town. It's a fairly small town. But especially this early in the day, with the growing storm approaching, people are in a bit of a flurry to try to get their wares sold because likely over the next day or so they're going to lose that opportunity.
Oh, right. We have a storm coming.
Mm-hmm.
I think she's gonna go talk to a merchant.
All right. Any particular wares? There's the marketplace is littered with primarily like produce and like a few hunters selling like fish and on drying racks or like a few people with like strung up game that is either in the process of or pre-skinned on display and ready for sale. Not a whole lot of like trinket merchants in this marketplace today.
Oh, those are my favorite. I think she might try and find somebody who looks like they're able to talk.
Okay. Most people seem capable of conversation.
Well, like if they're in the like they want to get rid of their wares kind of thing.
Gotcha. Okay. Anything in particular you're looking for? anything that would draw her attention.
I think Gary would be drawn in by the fish, honestly.
Fair enough.
Here's the problem, though, is I don't think she has any money.
I mean, that's fair. I mean, she has the one pouch. There's money in that pouch.
True.
Yeah, so, as a kind of surly human woman, kind of dusty blonde hair pulled up into a rough bun, several wisps still hanging across her neck and forehead, with a kind of a tight cloth tied around her head, wiping chum off of her hands with her apron as you approach. Oh, good day to you. Kind of fancy interest in fish, or just browsing?
Oh, just browsing for now. Do you get a lot of fish around here?
We fish from the river. Aye. The dilemma, it's got good game. There's plenty of fishermen in and out.
There's quite the storm coming in. Is this normal for around here?
Oh, aye. Coast's not far off. Half a day from here. We're not Neverwinter. We get the brunt of storms, but this time of year, heavy rains. Once a month, maybe.
Does it flood much?
Not really.
Oh, that's good.
The streets get wet, of course. Obviously, especially in the marketplace and the drill field, it gets kind of gunked down. But she just kind of stop and finally seem to take in your appearance.
Oh, no.
You're not from round here, are you?
I am not.
Not even from near here, really, are you?
No. This is all very new and exciting. Can you tell me, do you know much of the people out front? The ones with the brightly colored caravans?
I mean, they come through the gates every now and then. They've been here for a couple of weeks now. Their money's good. They talk kind of funny, but they're fine enough in my book. Get pretty noisy at night though.
Oh?
Well,
What
yeah,
kind
they
of noise?
Well, no, I'm not. I don't live near the gate, but here at the market when we're closing up, you can hear them. They sing and dance. Lots of music. Lots of hooting and hollering out there. It's not really anything different from the tavern, but the Lady of Daggerford, Lady Morin, she's not really a fan of it. She's been trying to get the guards to shut him up, but not a lot of people really happy to do that for her.
So her guards aren't listening to her?
Well, she sends the guards to go speak to him, but they're not hurting no one.
Oh, that's good. Well, I think that's everything I wanted to know. Thank you so much. Good luck with
Of
your
course.
fish.
Did you here? And she kind of looks around. From the table, there's like a small sheet of like crushed ice. She pulls like a small line of kipper, like two or three like 2-inch little fish. Here, just enjoy. I don't know if you eat fish, but I gotta get rid of my wares. So
Oh, thank you so much. My Gary will love this.
Gary, and she kind of notices the bird in the cage. Right, Gary. Yeah, of course. Well, just if you know anyone who needs some cod or trout, just send them my way.
Oh, I most definitely will. I'd like Petal to give her a hearty handshake.
Her hands are moist, but
That's-
she'll happily. So those of you in the tavern, there
Yes.
is There is a notice. There is a notice board hung by the door. That reads immediate notice. Duchess Morwen of Daggerford seeking immediate aid from those willing.
Duchess what?
Duchess Morwen of Daggerford seeking immediate aid from those willing.
What do we see inside the tavern other
Yeah,
than
so
that?
the River Shining Tavern is a pretty, despite its large size compared to the town, is a pretty quaint tavern. It is mostly like packed dirt and sawdust on the floor, with a mishmash of tables pulled from various places. There's no like cohesion in the design. All of the chairs seem to be pulled from different places. Looks as if the owner of this place is either used to them getting destroyed or just wasn't willing to pay a lot for like sets.
Mm.
There are several rooms, like doors along one wall, that appear to be just be closed. One of them has a lock hanging, like a padlock hanging from it. There are, especially at this time of day, there's not a lot of people in here. There is a pair of people, both humans, kind of sat behind the bar. A kind of tall, again, I would say surly is the best word for her. Kind of dark-skinned woman, her hair kind of pulled back into a rough ponytail, with a braid kind of holding it in place, a shock of white and some pepperings of salt on the sides, as well as a man of probably similar age, maybe half-elven descent, much much more wiry than her, shaved, almost bald, and a little bit of scruff on his chin. They're both just kind of leaning on the tavern, having a quiet conversation. As you walk in, the large woman kind of looks over. Good day to you, friends. Welcome to the River Shining. Take a seat anywhere you're looking for, and if you need a drink, you can speak to myself or Jacques here. And as she points to Jacques, he kind of raises a hand. They have a hushed end of their conversation. He kind of meets you at whatever table you choose. Right. Good day to you all. Travelers, I can see, not from around here. What can I get started for you? A drink, maybe something to eat, something to wash the dust off your throat.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Jacques. I am Mr. Von Banks.
He kind of pauses, looking down at the goblin, but he doesn't. It doesn't seem to shake him too much.
Quick side question.
Mhm.
If I order like ales for the group, does that come with any kind of like status effects or anything like that?
Only if you drink too much.
Okay. A round of ales for my friends here.
Sure. House ale, or do you prefer something?
I'll make one of those of water instead.
Water?
Whoa, whoa. Shocky's character
No.
drinks water?
No.
This is
William
fantasy.
is only 18. He's not ready yet.
I'll take an ale, thank you.
I was
Definitely
about to say,
not European.
people around here start to drink at around like 13, 14. Water is not, without magic, or like flowing water like the river, it's not necessarily safe to drink water.
Nope, he
Yeah.
wanted
But-
water. He's gonna get dysentery for the rest of the trip.
He'll nod, kind of look at all three of you and just, 3 ales and a water. Gotcha. I'll bring you some of the River Shining's finest. And he nods, goes back behind the tavern, or behind the bar, fills 3 tankards, 2 slightly overflowing to the point where the foam is kind of falling over the edge, and 1 not so much. And then he grabs a wooden cup and ladles in water from a barrel and returns. So 2 copper for the ale, borders on the house, so 6 copper. Or I can start you a tab.
I do have 15 gold pieces because of the
Right.
charlatan.
So
background.
it's the conversion is 10 to 10 to 10, so it's 10 copper to a silver, 10 silver to a gold. So it's 100 copper to a gold.
And how much was it?
It's he said 2 copper each, so it's 6 copper.
Okay. I'd like to pay for that and also slip him 2 extra gold pieces as a tip. Or not gold pieces. That would be crazy.
Jeez.
I was gonna say
That's
just
money bags up
I'm
there.
not that much of a high roller.
just to kind of explain the way I do this, because I like copper as a system.
Yeah.
The way I kind of run it is that 1 copper should be the equivalent of like $1, right? So if you handed this man 2 gold as a tip, that would be essentially be you paying $6 for 3 beers and then handing somebody $200.
Oh my god, quick side note.
Mr. Beast over here.
One of my friends, when much younger, went down to the States with her parents, going to Disneyland and stuff. They accidentally tipped the cab driver $100, thinking that it was $10, because we're used to our money up here being colored. So in Greenland, they're like, yeah. Oh my, they're like, they're well off enough that they're like, we're just not going to tip him anymore. But after the second ride, he was quite upset that he didn't get that $100 tip. Again.
Look, man, if you tip me once with $100, I don't expect tips from you ever again.
Right?
That's just the rule.
Anyway.
Okay.
It's funny that thanks almost did the same thing.
Yeah.
All right, so that would equate to 15,000 copper pieces that I have.
Yeah, you don't have to do the conversion. Just know that you have like 15 gold worth of money in your pouch.
Okay. Yeah, I would like to tip him 2 copper pieces.
He counts it out. Thank you kindly, sir. Of course, me and Kaga will be at the bar if you need anything.
Thank you. Hey, if you got a moment, I'd like to pick your ear real quick.
He kind of looks around at the empty tables. We're rather busy at the moment, but please ask away. Kind of a knowing smile on his face.
So are you local? Did you grow up around here?
Myself? No, I actually came out here with Kaga. She grew up here in Daggerford, but I'm from up Neverwinter Way.
As you can imagine, me and my friends here are from out of town. I'm just trying to kind of get a feel for the lay of the land, anything going on. Have you heard any rumors or any news?
Well, there's a couple of things actually. Depends on how much you buy into the local legend. Some people have been talking about the Misty Woods, Misty Forest, just not far from here, a day or 2 walk, maybe more if you're walking slow. People have been talking about kids going missing in some of the hamlets around there. I've not met anyone who has explicitly told me that their kid disappeared. But it's it's an uncommon enough thing. I think they talk about it like once or twice a month that another kid's gone missing. But again, I have no truth to those rumors.
Is that what Duchess Morrowind put that sign up there for?
Oh, no. No, she's a bit Duchess Morwyn is he kind of looks back at Kaga, who is like she got a big like a shit-eating grin as this comes up. Duchess Morwyn is high strung. There's some people out. I mean, you came in through the gate. You probably saw them. There's some people outside who've been there for a little while. And needless to say, she has opinions on them. Some people have been saying they've been coming into Daggerford demanding wine. Some people have been claiming that they have been threatened with curses or hexes or whatever for not giving them things. But I've spoken with them a couple of times. They come in occasionally and they'll buy wine, but they're not. They seem like fine enough folk to me.
So she seems to have that opinion that isn't shared amongst most people.
I don't know if most people share it, but
Well, I appreciate the information.
yeah. I mean, if you're here to make money, I know she's offering a reward for people who will help her out, but
She's high strung but trustful.
uh, depends what you mean by trustful. She's the lady of Daggerford. She's got money, and if she offers a job, she's kind of bound to pay for it.
Ah, I see. Well, thank you, Shock.
Of course. Of course, if you need anything else, just let us know.
Thank you.
And he kind of taps the table. He does stop and notice the insignia on your armor. Just, welcome to Daggerford, and then goes back behind the bar. So,
Well, guys,
yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna ask the rest of the guys at the tavern if should we look into this or wait till we have more time?
Well, I need to be reporting into the south by morning.
I need to go into the forest anyway, so sounds fine.
Not suspicious at all.
My forest people need me. I must go. Inappropriate, I know. I wasn't expecting that. That caught me off guard. Sorry.
I know. The first thing he says the entire session.
That's true. Last session, he was like
Very shy.
anxious child.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ale, man.
oh, I love Frosty's
Liquid
character.
courage. All right. Petal. I've noticed that you're moving further south.
She is having a wonderful time looking at everything in
Sorry,
the
west.
city.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry,
It's,
I had to wipe the tears from my eyes.
Especially right now, Daggerford is not like an excessively bustling town. So it's not overwhelming. It's not like the brief stint that you had in Waterdeep was a lot. It's not so bad.
Oh, sounds much nicer.
It's much more the air is much cleaner, much like especially with the rain coming in. It's much it's much cooler. Like the temperature is cooler. The air has more of a crisp bite to it. It's nice. Not what you're used to, but it's nice.
Oh, it sounds lovely. I think while crossing the bridge to go back outside, I feel like she would look down into the water to try and see if there's any fishies in there. To figure
In
out,
the shallow moat.
yeah, where her fish came from.
So the shallow moat is just that. It's like a 6 foot deep, maybe a little further than that pit with maybe a foot of water in the bottom, and it is pretty muddy. It's not a lot to see.
Sad. Well, she's definitely going out and saying hi to these people out here, I think.
I mean, from this bridge, you can see the Delimber River to the south there.
Oh. So that's probably where the fishies are from.
Most likely. She did mention the Delimber, yeah.
Oh. Oh, okay. Sorry. I just see the compass now. Now I am acquainted with this is the river. Okay.
Yes.
I was like, what do you mean she's going west? Okay. I believe you. Okay. Yeah. So I think she's going to head slowly southwest to that camp. She wants to go see
All
what
right,
these people
out to
are
the
about.
caravan ground.
Yeah.
All right. It is a pretty lively scene as you gather around. Like I said, there's like 3 or 4 caravans, about 8 horses. There's about a dozen people here. Most of them are just young men and women, probably in their late teens, early 20s, maybe a few in their early 30s, and then 2 or 3 who are much older. But they all they're in brightly colored, loose-fitting, comfortable clothing. Several of them have like woven blankets around their shoulders at the moment because of the cooler winds, but they, for the most part, seem to be just enjoying each other's company and the nice weather before the rain.
Oh, I love this. Is there any way she can...
Whip out her lyre and just start playing music.
I'm tempted. I'm just trying to figure out how an extrovert would act in this situation because I'm definitely not. I think she's going to go up and greet them with a hearty hello.
As you approach, at first they seem like, as you're walking towards them, several of them, like, of the young men kind of get together and stand to one side and watch you. But as you approach and just greet them, that whatever air they were giving falls away pretty quick.
Oh, good.
A tall man, like taller than most people out here, probably maybe has like orc in his bloodline. Not quite a half orc, but definitely a little bit more than human. Broad, kind of heavy set belly, kind of walks up, head full of curly hairs. Oh, good day to you. Can we help you, young miss?
Hi, I'm not from around here. I just wanted to...
Neither are we.
Where are you guys from?
There's a brief pause as they kind of look to each other. Oh, you know, we're a little bit everywhere, but we call Barovia our home. You know, it's a distant land.
Wait, checks notes. Oh, it's a Requiem. Okay, so we're not here. Okay.
No, you are currently in Faerun.
Okay. Oh, that makes sense on her one map.
Yes.
Okay, that threw me off a second.
All good.
I couldn't help but be attracted by your brightly colored clothes. They're so unique and beautiful to this area.
I'll say. I mean, I think the people around here are too enamored by the mud to choose brighter colors than the ones they do.
I could understand that. How far away is Barovia?
kind of looks back to his group, and they speak in a language that you don't understand. And one of them kind of pipes up from the back. I guess that depends on who's asking, or I guess who's trying to get there. For us, yeah, we could be there in a couple of days. For most people, I think it's outside of most people's distance they'd be willing to walk.
Oh, so with the caravan, it's much quicker.
Caravan and knowing where you're going, yeah. Kind of hard to find.
Oh? Would you
It's
be
a little
willing
slice
to
of
tell me?
paradise, you know. Willing to tell you?
I have fish. Do you guys have dinner? The
As
lovely
you say,
lady
you
at the
have.
marketplace
Are
gave me
you
this.
holding up the 3 kippers that you were given?
Yeah.
Okay. They kind of. There's a moment where when you say that you have fish, like you catch attention, and you hold up the 3 little like sardines. Essentially, they're just kind of like there's a kind of a roar, or like a raucous laugh that breaks out. We have means for food tonight. Maybe you should hold on to those. You might need them more than we do. We are always happy to have company, though. Do you have business here in Daggerford?
I'm just traveling with some friends. I think they have business, but
Oh.
I'm not sure what that is. But if you wouldn't mind the company, I'd love to stay and chat. You guys seem great.
We're always happy to have new people around. Of course, of course. And they, as he's kind of looking around, he gestures, and some people pull out stools and like the tops of barrels and set them up around a fire pit that is currently not lit. As people are beginning to gather, is it still not quite late enough for the sun to start setting? They're not setting the fire up quite yet, but having new people around, they're happy to kind of gather around. And yeah, they pull out the kind of large man goes and pulls out like into one of the caravans and pulls out what we would equate to like a standing bass, like a tall stringed instrument. Other people pull out drums and tambourines, things like it looks like most of these people know how to play an instrument.
Oh, hell yeah. Are you guys not worried about the incoming storm?
Well, we have cover. You know, the horses are the worst, but they rain is it's just water.
Oh, I do love horses. She's gonna pull out her. What did we decide on? A lyre?
It was a lyre, yeah.
Yeah, she's gonna pull that out.
All
Jam
right.
session.
Yeah, I mean, as they talk, they kind of all just like idly play. It's not like a loud, raucous tune. It's just kind of like almost if they need something to do with their hands, you know?
Pedal's down for that.
Okay.
She's gonna try and keep the rhythm and just listen.
Yeah. I mean, for the most part, they don't speak in common for the most part. So you're kind of just there like nodding as they're talking amongst each other. And there'll be several points where they will have a conversation, stop and look to you and just be like, hey, what do you think?
Yes.
Like just dragging you into a conversation you
Yeah.
have no idea, no information on.
I think after a while, she might ask what they are speaking.
As it gets to that point, an older gentleman is helped out of his caravan by a young woman and another youngish man who has a lot of features similar to the old man. They are speaking Barovian. Is Vistana is a blend of the two.
Oh, how unique and amazing. Is it what you grew up with?
Is the tongue of our people.
I love that.
Is helped onto a stool by the fire.
Is there anything...
This older gentleman.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. This older gentleman, he's wearing I think the closest thing I would equate it to is like harem pants, like very, very baggy and loose fitting, but cinched around his ankles and waist. and a tight, kind of short cropped vest, revealing his almost emaciated body underneath. He has just a little bit of hair left on the top of his head, and kind of a brightly colored woven bandana torn, folded into kind of a brief triangle tied around his forehead. His fingers and wrists are adorned with rings and bangles, and his ear, like the lobes of his ears, are stretched with thick metal loops held at the bottom.
So does he look more old or more sickly? We're thinking
Old.
like
He looks
ancient.
very old. Yeah.
Is he more humanoid? Do we think he's a human?
He looks human. Yeah.
Okay.
In fact, the only person here who you might have
Is the
considered is the
big
one
stork?
big guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. If you don't mind me asking, how old are you?
He kind of the old man kind of like touches his chest as if you were asking him. I believe this year I will be turning my first century.
Petal's gonna
As
think about that for a minute.
as he says that, the young man who kind of shares his like some of the facial features, kind of pats his shoulders. My grandfather is I do believe this is his 101st year among us.
She's gonna look really confused for a little bit as she's processing this information. As I believe in her character sheet, she is in fact the same age. So I think after a moment of thinking, she's gonna perk up and go, "It's my 101st year too!"
They kind of the old man just. We must celebrate that. If we share a birthday, we must celebrate. Here, Ratka, bring me wine. Grandfather, it's. Are you sure? Yes, yes, wine, wine. Very well. And they go to one of the caravans. Ratka, the young man, and the woman who was with him, they go and grab a cask and bring it out.
Oh, Petal is just beaming with excitement. She has no idea what's happening.
It seems like any opportunity to celebrate, they are more than happy to. As other people, as they bring out this cask, it seems like it's mostly a nightly habit they have, but it being opened this early is cause for celebration. As several of these people pull out wine skins or like small kegs of their own, and pile them in an area and to begin to share amongst themselves.
Oh, she is very confused as to what's happening, but she's excited.
So one of them fills a kind of a beautiful brass goblet with a thick red wine and brings it over to you.
Oh, what is this?
There's some wine we got from inside Daggerford.
Oh, what's wine?
As you ask what's wine, like another kind of like raucous, you are a strange young woman.
Thank you.
You are. Drink. Have a taste. It is, a drink of the people. A drink of celebration, as he drinks from his own wineskin. If this is your first time drinking wine, Petal, how much are you going to drink? That's the real question. This is a fairly dry, it's like a dark red, so it's dry and kind of bitter, but there's like that hint of sweetness to it.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. She 100% is going to take a big old gulp.
Okay.
Now, I think I'm allergic to something in wine, so it doesn't sit well with me. But I'm trying to think of how a normal person and or Petal would react. I think she's going to try her best. She's going to take a big gulp, and she's going to try her best not to recoil.
Okay.
And she's
Would
gonna...
you really quickly, roll me a Constitution
yeah.
saving throw. So on your character sheet,
Constitution saving.
yes. So there is a section that says saving throws underneath your proficiency bonus. If you just click on Constitution, it'll roll that for me.
Uh-oh. 1 second.
Cool.
Okay, there we go. I hit edit. Oh no. Okay, character sheet. You said constitution. Where?
Yep.
Where's
In the saving
this?
throws section below the proficiency bonus. So if you go from your name just straight down,
Proficiency?
like
Okay.
underneath the inspiration.
So I see, yeah, constitution, dexterity, blah blah blah. So I just click.
Yep.
Did I do it?
There you go. Hey, not a natural 20, but a 20 nonetheless.
Yay!
It has that kind of perfumey effervescence to it that kind of, as you take a big like mouthful, it kind of gets in your nose and kind of tickles a little bit, but it's a pretty stout wine, so it definitely burns. But it's not bad. It doesn't have any like adverse effects on you for your first time.
Oh, it's quite unique and lovely.
As you're enjoying your drink with them, we're going to pop back to the other side of the party here for a minute.
Sounds good. She's gonna take smaller sips from now on.
Valid. So the three of you, have been brought your drinks. Lane, you have about a half a flagon of ale and a cup of water.
Hold on, real quick. Is that ad coming from? Are you guys hearing an ad?
No,
Okay, so then that's probably something that I had up then.
get off your
Yep.
porn sites, dog.
No one can tell me what to do.
At least share what you're watching. That's true. You don't have to click it, Shocky. Some of us want to. Some of us want to know what he's watching.
Okay. Sorry, I just kept hearing a random fucking ad, and I thought it was like coming from the music. I'm sorry to interrupt.
You're okay.
All right.
I mean, it's back to your time anyway. So
Okay, so can you restate what you were?
yeah. So the three of you are, as the day is kind of winding down, there are a few other people coming in. People from the marketplace, a few guards. But at the moment it is the three of you at whatever table you're choosing in the bar. Each of you has your frothing tankard of ale. Lane, yours was only filled halfway with a glass of water, or a like a wooden cup of water as well.
Sorry, what was that? Kid was talking.
Oh, good. So again, just the three of you at the table, tankard of ale each, as well as Lane, yours is only half full with a cup of water.
Okay. I peek around the bar to see if there's anything suspicious going on, or any suspicious looking individuals.
Individuals? No. Most they're especially here in this kind of small town, the people out here are humble, right? There's simple workers' clothing. Some people even kind of seem down on their luck. But especially this early in the day, in the evening, no one that you would classify as suspicious. But you can roll me a perception if you'd like.
Where is perception?
Perception is a skill. So on your character sheet, if you go from your name straight down, there's a list.
It's between
okay.
nature and performance.
Yep, it looks like your proficiencies did not stick because you don't currently have any proficiencies in skills. Let me
Oh.
double check, make sure no, okay.
Looks like mine worked.
Yeah, it looks like Petals did too, so that's okay. We can we'll say for the moment, I'm just gonna give you proficiency in that, and then we'll go back over. For the time
Okay.
being, we'll just treat your skill rolls as proficient, and then we'll get your proficiency set back up
Okay.
after the session. So 13. As you're kind of glancing around and trying to take in anything, You do hear one of the pair of guards that came in just, I'm tired of this, man. I can't. Everyone's fucking complaining about the people outside the gate. I said the other ones, I know. People are just worried. It's like, no, they're not worried. They're apparently they've been shaking down people coming and going. The lady won't shut up about it either. She keeps asking me and a few other people to go deal with them, but they don't seem to be hurting anyone. Conversation goes back and forth like this about the one guard venting his frustration about the lady and some of the people in the town's worries about these people outside the gate. And the other one, who doesn't seem to have noticed any of that, trying to just like reassure his friend.
Okay.
Did only Lane hear that?
I would say if you'd like to roll a perception as well, you can.
I would, because I like to roll.
Sivan, you
dice.
can roll one as well, obviously.
Yep.
Oof.
Banks, little too focused on this ale. It's been a while since you've had, like, surprisingly from a small town. It is a kind of a heady amber, but it's same with you, Sivan. It's been a while since you two have had like a good cold drink.
And I am like 60 pounds as well. So
That's true. That's true.
it hits hard. Hits like a Mack truck.
So as Lane, since the other two didn't really catch what was happening, I'm just gonna reaffirm what we've been hearing as the theme. So I'd go. This thing about these kids and people going missing, it kind of seems like it's a bigger deal than people are starting to go on about. Apparently, there's more here than, I guess, what locals would care to divulge to an adventuring party or out of towners. Maybe we should look into this.
I'm gonna say, why don't we go talk to them? The people outside of town.
Yeah, that might be worth investigating.
I want to ask them if they know why people would be saying these things. All right, so I'm gonna stand up, wave over to Shock. I know his name. Say thank you, and make my way outside.
I kind of stumble up as well and head out.
Lane just gets up, cautiously looking around, looks at the barkeep, gives a slight head nod, and walks out.
Haga, again, the barkeep, she kind of looks at you up and down as you nod. She kind of does like just a slight tilt to the side in response. All right, so the three of you down your drinks and head back out the main gate to the caravan grounds. Which, as you're approaching, you can hear music beginning to beginning to rise through the air, kind of jaunty and something you could dance to, something fun. Petal, at this point, as the festivities begin, you see your traveling companion Banks, and then the other two who were also the with the like the last stretch of the caravan with you, coming across the bridge to the caravan grounds.
Oh my gosh, it's Banks! It's my friends that I've been telling you all about! She's gonna jump up excitedly.
Hopefully
and
not
kinda
too much.
outreach arms kind of in their direction.
As she calls out, there's kind of a a half-hearted cheer as you all approach.
And then she's going to do her best
I will take
to
a bow.
introduce everybody.
Sarcastically.
So this is
All right.
Banks. And then his friend who's a knight, our friend, he has the armor and he guards. And then there's the other one. He's shy, but I'm sure he's really nice. And then she's going to try and introduce.
You would have been introduced to Stanimir. He is the older man.
Right.
Of course, his grandson Rotka, and then his granddaughter Damia.
What was those names again?
Stanimir.
We're the same
ST
age.
Yeah, Stanimir. And then Rotka is his grandson. And then Damia is his granddaughter.
Okay.
Come on, guys. We're having so much fun. She's going to beckon them over to
As you
her area.
As you do, at this point, let me see if this is the right one. This should be the right. Just a moment. Hopefully, this audio is the right one. No, that is the wrong one. We're going to go back to the regular one.
That's not happy music. That's
No.
not happy music at all.
Nope. Stick with that.
I don't like it.
Wrong vibes.
I don't remember. Yep.
I would like to approach
That's also
Stanimir.
not the right stuff. Okay, never mind. Okay.
To shake his hand, but I also kind of want to look around to see with Thief's Cant to see if there's any kind of symbols around where they've set up.
Roll me a perception.
Hold on, I'm great at this.
15.
Ooh.
You know what? That's better than the Fallout.
That's true.
That's very true.
So there are symbols. They don't really like they're marked on the caravans. And they don't really have much of a meaning outside of one of them is marked lead, one of them is marked guard, and the other is marked rear. It's like just like a reminder for them as to how to pack them, maybe.
Yeah.
But it does strike you as interesting that they are marked in Thieves' Cant. With that as well, among the people here, you perhaps for the first time notice that Rotka, his grandson, hanging from like surprisingly fits into his outfits cleanly. Like it had you not been looking for it, it would just seem as like an accessory, but you notice that he has a band of daggers tucked into his like a scarf wrap on his waist, and then hung from that on a pair of chains as a scimitar. And then Damia, across her hip on the back, is a sword and a quiver of bolts. In fact, basically everyone here is armed in some way.
So I'm actually proficient in Thieves' Cant. So since we noticed that it is, I would like to decipher it.
Like I said, the lead wagon, it just says lead, or one wagon says lead, one says guard, and one says rear. Right? It looks like it's just identifiers.
Okay.
Hello, Mr. Stamamir. I'd like to talk to the guy.
Greetings. Welcome, welcome. Of course, everyone's welcome around the fire as they begin to pile wood and begin to light the fire.
I appreciate that, sir. Looks like you guys are travelers much like us.
We make our way anywhere we go, of course. We are traveling folk. It's what we do.
I can respect that. We were just inside the town. It sounds like some folks don't appreciate you guys being here.
Uh, so I see that Lady Morwen must have gotten to you then.
I make no judgment against you, just to be clear. I was wondering if there was any reason why they might feel this way. Because other people have said that.
Racism.
Yeah, that you have not harmed anyone or done anything ill against them. Why the prejudice, do you think?
He looks to Rotka and Damia, who just kind of smile back. Unfortunately, some people have distaste for traveling folk. Likely all it is. They see that we're happy. We find joy in the small things of life, and they are held back by their walls and cobbled streets. Different ways of life, I suppose.
You might not have noticed, but I am a goblin.
Does that
He
mean
says.
anything to me?
Hard to notice.
So I understand dealing with the prejudices of certain folk.
At the very least, you're the first one to bring it to our attention without an armed contingency of guard, though. So that I appreciate. So, as he kind of leans back on the stool and takes a sip from his wine, why the interest in us and not the warm embrace of the tavern? Hmm?
I'd like to get information directly from the person. Too many people are swayed by their own biases and judges
And money.
and money.
I see. We mean no one any harm. Just a place to rest for a while before we return to the road.
I'm just gonna kind of look at Seven to try and see what he's feeling about all of this. Just to try and glimpse like a facial expression or something.
All right.
He's stern and focused, trying to figure out what is fully going on to get a full picture. It seems like he doesn't trust the leadership here. And everybody inside the town that we've encountered has been kind of quiet and reserved about the situations.
At this point, Rotka kind of leaning against one of the caravans, takes a sip from his own goblet. What about you all? What brings you out here? Not seen any of you here either. You travelers as well, or on work?
Kind of both. I'm to be stationed out south as one of the knights there to
What is,
investigate the area and protect the peace.
What's out south? Petal's just tuning into the conversation.
I was going to ask the same thing. What's happening down south?
I'm looking at my notes and I don't really have much on that.
You got a little bit from it here, as well as some of the brief suspicions that there are potentially children going missing. There's something happening with the Misty Forest.
Okay.
Is the
I
Misty
didn't know if that was
Forest?
the same thing that I was being stationed out there for.
You weren't really given a direct like. You knew you were being stationed because there was something happening, and then hearing from these people, you kind of are able to put together that's probably what you
Right.
were being sent down here for.
Oh, I see why I'm confused. There's the smaller map in the corner
Yes,
that gives us
yeah.
with the north. Okay, so it's across the river,
Yeah,
and there's a bridge. Okay,
yeah. So,
the river with the
Sivan,
fishies.
you were mentioned. You were told that there was something happening, and you were being sent down there so that people need not fear the night.
Only the day.
The Sleepy Night or
Like NIGHT, yeah.
oh.
I feel like Petal's still confused by that.
He is the day man, fighter of the night man.
For it is dark and full of terrors.
And then Lane, you would actually know that there's the Emerald Enclave would have explained that there's something upsetting the balance there in the Misty Forest. Okay.
Yeah, so basically, for one reason or another, we're all kind of travelers at the moment.
What's our reason?
Sorry?
What's our reason for traveling?
I am looking for work.
Oh,
Yeah. As a just if you I don't know if I'm sure you have it in your notes. You were looking for Davra Jasur. Thanks. The contact.
What
well,
was
fun
the name?
spelling that.
Davra, Davra. Jasur, Jassur.
It's very kind
Okay.
of you to spell that.
Cool. Yeah. I think I got close enough to where I can at least, like,
Yep.
budget a little bit. That's like how all my notes are going. I'm like,
Yep.
phonetically as close as possible to where.
Phonetically works just fine. Yep.
See, this is why I like Petal. She's just here for the ride.
Yep.
But yeah, I don't want to tell them exactly all of my plans. I'm just
Of
saying
course.
that I'm looking for
Yeah.
work.
If you're here, if there's something happening to the south, hopefully you all seem capable enough. Hopefully you'll be able to put to rest whatever has been causing these frustrations, and then maybe you can put in a good word for us with Lady Morrow.
Have you guys heard anything going down south? I haven't heard anything myself. This sounds like it could be dangerous.
You know, this is notes. Come on, brain. Damia, speaking up. When we came from the south, about a week ago. Not. Did you all say where you were going? The town you were going to?
No.
I
No?
have not mentioned
Okay.
Gillian's Hold.
When we were passing the road there, several people were talking about their children running off in the middle of the night and never coming home. Rotka kind of like his face kind of scrunches. Children running off. They tend to do that as they get older, you know.
Yeah.
They kind of laugh amongst themselves. But if that's what's happening, then best of luck to you. Children are important. Need to be protected.
Did you?
Maybe when you
Sorry.
go on.
Approximately how many of these children have gone missing recently?
I only
From
heard
your
it.
guys' area.
Oh, we haven't lost any children. But we've only been here for a couple of weeks.
Because the townfolk were saying that people were going missing a couple a month.
Well, not any of ours. No, we don't have any children with us though. So Stanimir, if you are aiming to help these people, it would be a great boon to you. And again, maybe if you do this for the people, you might be able to convince Duchess Morwen that we mean them no harm.
Why would Duchess Morrowind think you mean them harm?
Racism.
Well, Peta would have no idea because she just talked to the.
Yeah, they did mention that they like the people here don't seem to feel like these people don't understand them.
Ah, yeah. True.
Am I able to see what race they are?
They're human.
Okay.
One has orc somewhere in the bloodline.
Maybe, yeah. There's one guy who is particularly large who may be of orcish descent. He might also just be a big fucker.
Okay.
So is there anything else y'all in particular would like to discuss with the caravan, or are you happy to have a kind of brief montage of the night before we move on to tomorrow's travels?
I'm ready for tomorrow's travels.
Yeah, I
I
think Petal's just gonna chill.
Okay.
Try and pick
I
up
just want to
language.
briefly say to Stan
Dan. Okay.
Stanimir,
Mhm.
that I hope that he thinks of us as friends and that if we decide to investigate this, we hope to bring peace. I just want to say that to him.
He
before we
will
leave.
smile and like clasp your wrist. And just, we only drink with friends. And again, I wish you luck in what you are investigating here, and perhaps you can come see us before we leave again.
Do
It's
you have
always
plans
nice.
to leave?
Shortly, we have places we wish to be.
Understandable.
We believe it's time for us to go home
To the secret place.
to the secret place.
I belong.
It's not in the forest for us, don't worry.
Before we call it a night, I asked Stanimir about this crimson envelope that's sealed.
Mm.
Do you know anything about this? Or potentially a way to open it? I've tried all conventional means.
Kind of looks down at it. Kind of he turns it over in his hand and kind of gently runs a thumb over the wax seal. A smile crosses his face. Have you tried a letter opener?
Worth a shot. Thank you.
Oh,
You need my dagger? I have a dagger.
So Lane, before we end for the night, or before we go on to the next day, rather, Lane just carefully looks at each individual. So that's Stadimir, Ratka, and Damia. Did I say that right? Damia?
Damia.
Damia.
There are 9 other people there as well.
Okay. So he looks at those 3 individuals intently, not to cause any disturbance, but more so paying very close attention to detail in their appearance.
Stairs, motherfucker, Langley.
Yeah. They don't seem bothered. Even by the goblin, they don't seem bothered.
Okay. Is there any actually, let's walk this back. People just don't like them because they're human. Is that what I'm understanding here?
You get the feeling people don't like them because they are travelers who have taken up the caravan grounds for a long time. They tend to be fairly raucous. Like you, especially if you're here with them into the night, they are quite loud. They sing and dance and celebrate among each other.
Mm.
Basically, they're gypsies, or
We shouldn't use that word, but yes,
I know. I was
yes,
trying to find the other word for it.
they are how people view the Romani.
Okay. So Lane looks at them very intently, again, not to cause any kind of issue. So it wouldn't be like them looking at me, looking at them like the fuck is wrong with you, but just more of a like paying attention to detail in their appearance and keeping their faces saved in his mind.
Okay. Let me check something.
Sounds so creepy.
Huh?
Or just that wording. He's saving their faces in his mind.
Yeah.
Lane's a little creepy.
Lane is a little creepy.
Lane's also a changeling.
Let's see. It's probably gonna
Um,
it's probably gonna spoil some stuff. But we'll see how this works.
wait, so did
Oh,
you
no,
ask the
it's
thing
not.
about your thing?
Oh, no, I didn't. I forgot about that.
About what thing?
My trinket.
Oh.
Can I ask?
Yeah.
We were
I'm
wondering.
wasting all my good saves. I'm
You
so sorry.
are. You're in trouble, sir.
I'm not even trying to hit anything, and it's accidentally like hit something on my character sheet.
You're gonna crit fail the first time you actually go to hit something.
That's
It's gonna be
Jesus.
so funny. I'm so excited. For his trinket, would Petal be able to hear it? Since in theory, she potentially wouldn't be sleeping.
Let me remind myself what his trinket is. Yes. Everyone would be able to hear it. Yeah.
But I'm assuming the people who fall asleep wouldn't remember it.
Well, you still have to go into a trance.
Does she, or like, is it something that's optional?
No, you do have to trance every night. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You are immune to magical sleep, and you can sleep, but you don't have to.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't have to. You still enter a trance, which does leave you like it's treated as sleep, but it's not quite the same.
I feel like at some point she's gonna pull an all-nighter because it's been driving her crazy. Just so she can bring it up in the morning.
I will say it only plays that melody while it's open. So if you choose to
Oh.
leave it closed, it.
Oh, I thought it couldn't
Oh
be
no,
opened.
it's a never mind. It is it is a locked box. No, yeah, I guess it would just quietly hum. I'll say you can only really hear it. I'll say if it is within like a couple feet of you. It's not a very loud sound.
Because I was gonna bring it up to the guy and be like, "Hey, what about this? That thing that he
So you're gonna-
has."
Just gonna reach into Banks's pack and pull out.
Yeah, she's pretty comfortable.
Okay. So yeah,
Yeah, let's do it.
Banks, Petal just reaches into your pack and produces the like beautiful, intricately carved like dark wood box.
What about
And
this
given
box?
that the sun is starting to set, it quietly begins to hum, almost like a lullaby to anyone nearby.
Yeah, I'm gonna let her do it because I've discovered in my brief time with her, it's easier to just let her do things than fight her.
Valid.
I feel
Uh,
like that counts for more than just Petal.
He kind of listens to it, and you see his smile grow wider as the other people around the fire, almost as if it was practiced, begin to play along with the melody.
Oh.
You have a Vistana treasure, my friend. You should hold on to that.
Oh, Petal's excitement just hit like critical levels.
Is it valuable?
To those who want it, sure.
Hmm. And then I'm just going to carefully tuck it back away.
All right.
I'm good for autoplay.
All right. So
I'm
you
good.
spend the evening with the Vistani. They will supply you with a couple of drinks. They have a little bit of game to share. But they go much later into the night than most of you are probably willing to go through. You return to the River Shining. It is a silver a night for a room there, or another 2 copper if you wish to stay in the common rooms.
I have no money, so
Can Petal pass
Do you
out
not- do you not
with
have
the
money?
horses?
I have no money.
Did
You should
did
have gotten money from your backstory.
Yeah. Hold up. You should have gotten some. Let me check.
You should have gotten at least 10 gold pieces.
Oh, nope. You're right. We discussed that. You are right. Given the order, I'll say that Kaga will let you stay in the common room for free.
I'll buy a common room for them. I'm going to the nice place.
Okay. Each of the bedrooms, the rooms have 2 beds and a desk and a pair of closets. So one room can have 2 people, or the beds can be pushed together to one big bed.
No, I'll pay for 2 common rooms. for
Okay.
the group.
So it's gonna be the common room is gonna be 2 copper per person. And the common room is just a room in the back that has several bunk beds. It is exactly as it sounds. It's a common sleeping space.
Can Petal
Okay.
stay with the horses? Outside?
Roll me a persuasion.
Just gonna. Am I persuading them or the horses?
You're persuading Kaga.
Persuasion. Do. I don't know how to zoom in only my character sheet. So I have to zoom it in and out because I can't read.
I noticed that. I'm like, I wish everything was like a little bit bigger on that.
I'm gonna say this poor roll actually is gonna go in your advantage. You're like, can I sleep with the horses? Kaga again, the
What with the horses?
kind of she again big, large, dark skinned lady, kind of looks you. Yeah, I think that might be best actually.
Yay.
Can I roll a persuasion to convince Petal to sleep in a room? Because I don't want her smelling like horses.
Well, she already smells
already
like
kinda
fish.
Does. Yeah.
She was hanging out with the bison on the way here. She probably
Yeah, I
smells
guess that's
horrible.
true.
I'd save the persuasion to trying to get her to bathe.
Fair.
So
You know what? I'll roll that.
okay.
Get her to bathe.
Are there baths here?
Kaga has a bathroom as a washroom. It's a copper for a hot tub of water. Cheap. 13 minutes.
Yeah, she doesn't know what a copper is.
Go bath.
And brush her teeth.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
the goblin. Go brush your teeth, he said.
What's that?
Take a small brush and run it along your teeth.
So, is somebody paying for her bath, or is she just going to?
I'll pay for it.
Okay.
Not gonna try
You
and
said it was
persuade
one or
the barkeep.
I mean, to be fair, Peddler, you've had baths before. They're, like, bathing is not an alien
Oh yeah, no, she
thing
just
to you.
she wants to go hang out with the animals.
Yeah.
This is too exciting. She's overstimulated and overtired.
Yeah. So
Great, we
the
have an autistic tree.
I mean, yeah.
I am Groot.
I am Groot.
It's Groot.
Panic attack.
As the night rolls on, those of you in the common room, they're not comfortable bunks. They are like a straw mattress on a wooden box, basically. And you also have to share them with the drunks. So it is, it sounds like sawing logs, despite y'all even being in there. So I don't know what your sleep habits are like, but it's not pleasant. Petal, you spend the 4 hours that you would that you get extra, that everyone else has to sleep, talking the ears off of the horses in here, telling them about everything you've seen on your travels here, talking about the bison and just everything. And for the first little bit of it, probably the first hour, the horses seem interested, and then they just kind of wish you would stop talking, but you don't speak horse, so
Not yet.
yeah. But
Yeah, I feel like growing up in a goblin tribe, like sleeping in these conditions. I would
oh
be
yeah,
fine.
no, that's fair for you. Like having a straw mattress to yourself, great. This is still one of those luxuries that you were more than happy
Yeah.
with.
I'm not sleeping in a goblin pile, so I'm happy.
Exactly. So
So do I need to roll to have a decent sleep?
nothing. You get, because your conditions are safe and you are able to rest. You're able to rest. There's no conditions here, unless of course you're trying to sleep in your armor, and then we'll have a conversation. But
Obviously not.
yeah,
Short or long rest?
long rest. So yeah, the difference there, a short rest is like, the joke
Take me
is,
drink some water.
yeah, sit down, have a sandwich. A short rest is over the span of about an hour.
So potentially what we did inside the tavern with our drink?
Potentially,
Or-
but we're getting a long rest here. So,
Okay.
and also
Yeah.
y'all haven't expended any resources, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was just trying to
Sipping
get a
off the
frame of
alcohol.
reference for future.
For sure. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, again, the way to look at it is a short rest is like making sure that you're in a safe enough location to sit for like an hour, to rest for an hour or so, have something to eat and drink, and then prepare
Some downtime.
Would that
Whereas
heal
a
you?
long rest, yes, it does. It can.
Okay.
You can spend hit die to heal. Whereas a long rest is 8 hours of sleep, unless you're an elf or an elf kind, and then it's 4 hours of meditation. But you still need the 8 hours to get the full long rest. So like 4 hours of meditation, 4 hours of, just being a silly little girl. That's how it is, yeah. So, morning rolls around, and the storm has still not broken, but you can smell the petrichor. You can smell that, like, the moisture and the rain, just maybe a day away. What? Unless there's anything else you'd like to do here in Daggerford.
If anybody needs fish, I know a lady. She's really nice. I almost forgot. That would have been embarrassing.
You strike up the band and hit the road. The Vistana, that early in the morning, the only one who is out or awake is Stanimir, who waves you all along the road.
Oh, she's gonna tell him also about the
The fish lady?
Yeah, her new best friend. Didn't catch her name.
Didn't get her name. Yeah. So Gillian's Hill is maybe even half a day. It's only about like a 3 to 4 hour walk, depending on your pace. If you're at like a full march, you can get there in 2.5, maybe 3 hours. Yeah.
All right, let's get the lead out. Let's go.
Okay.
Oh, there's the forest. Okay.
While we're traveling,
Mhm.
can I step away real quick and pour myself another cup of coffee?
Yeah. I'm actually gonna go ahead and grab myself a drink as well. So let's go ahead and take a brief, like,
Couple minutes.
couple minutes.
Oh, I thought you were
And,
talking about your character. I was like, what items do you have to get a coffee? How does that benefit?
No, we're gonna take an
It makes the
IRL
short
short
little legs
rest.
move the same as my pace.
Oh,
Yep.
man.
Yep.
Freaking pedals coming out.
Hey, I got a speed of 30. Those little legs go flying.
Yeah, we have the same speed, even though you're puntable.
I stand a strong 3'6".
Yeah, I'm
Or
6'4".
3'4".
I'm gonna punt you.
Yeah, literally 3 feet taller than me. Yeah.
Wait,
so
how
if
tall
you
is Frosty's character?
same height,
And slouching, so shorter.
Same height as Shocky's?
No.
yeah,
The Sven?
Going on?
yeah.
But
Well,
slouching
technically you're
more,
both
so.
6'4".
For some reason,
Maybe
I've been
another
picturing his character as being the tallest, but he just slouches so much to make himself smaller.
Who?
Frosty's. Lane. Yeah.
Mm.
I definitely remember
Well-
people's names.
Well, the trick is Lane can be whatever height he wants to be, so long as it's lower than like 8-9 feet. Because otherwise you start branching into large creatures, and he can be, I think, small or medium. I believe.
Pedal's just pedal height. Okay, we will IRL go get coffee not in the game.
Oh, I'm already back, but yeah.
Oh, that was fast. Yeah, I'm gonna go make myself another cup and get rid of my breakfast dishes.
Okay, I am back.
Welcome back.
I know we don't necessarily have to have our cameras on. I have mine on.
I noticed.
Yeah. I thought it would be easier to kind of explain some of the stuff that I was doing. I make a lot of facial features, and I'm like,
Yeah, I get you. I do agree. There are some things that are just easier to to express in person.
but yeah. So my character can go small and medium creatures.
Yep.
Um,
And medium branches up to about 7 feet.
that's pretty big.
Yeah. So like you can be anywhere from like 2 feet tall to 7 feet tall, depending on
Yeah.
how you choose to be.
So, I'm trying to think of how I had this set up.
All right, I'm back with anime girl thighs.
Nice.
Nice.
I have water and coffee.
Oh, D, can you look at my? Nice to see you, Shaki. D, can you look at my character sheet? I added ice knife and I added the skill proficiencies that it says under druid. Can you just make sure that I did everything correctly?
Yeah. Give me a second. Let's take a look.
Hi.
Hello.
How?
You both are looking wonderful today.
Thank you.
Sure.
Yeah, that's only because I have my hair back with the headphones. If I took the headphones off, it is fucking wild right now. But
I have a dino sweater.
I like that. I have Gundam.
Wind
Heck yeah.
Hell yeah.
I got this from the TikTok shop, by the way. It's so comfortable.
No, excuse me.
I got this for Christmas.
I got this at
Oh,
GameStop on a
shit.
random day.
Hold up. I have to do a
Yeah,
thing.
you know they make cough drop lollipops?
No.
I did actually.
They're just gonna help me.
Okay, keep it in your mouth so you don't have a cough anymore. So it helps with that cough. You can tell that man is in Florida. He's wearing shorts. It's like 15 degrees outside for me.
65.
Oh, it's actually 38 for us right now, but feels like 32.
Yeah, it's
Because of the wind.
pretty nice right now. Also, yeah, I got new glasses. The doctor says I have to wear them at my computer.
Yeah, it is.
I've had the same glasses for 3 years, even though I've gotten an upgrade every year.
Yeah.
But my prescription is so light that I can still wear the old ones.
That's it is. I have a slight astigmatism, so I'm supposed to wear them if I'm driving at night.
Well, I have ocular damage from a flash grenade
Yep.
in one eye, so not fun. Not
Yeah.
fun. Oh, he's gonna show you his glasses now, the ones he got from Valentine's Day that I stole last night for stream.
That's funny.
I can't play Rivals with those on again. It's terrible.
Oh, yeah.
Oh God, yeah. Fucking hell, dude. My hair looks like.
My dog just came in here.
Stinky dog.
He's going to the groomer tomorrow. Oh my god.
Yeah, try playing Rivals with this when your team color is like purple and your enemy color is yellow.
Oh. No.
It was not a fun time last night.
Ugh.
Dreamsicle. Dreamsicle with caffeine.
Dreamsicle with caffeine.
All right, so I had to add Ice Knife twice because I had to add it in the attacks, and then I had to add it in spells.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Everything looks good. City secrets from the backgrounds. Because yeah, I don't think you have anything else from Druid yet. I believe you don't get it. You get the cool stuff at level 2.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, D, you haven't seen me in the living room because last time I had
Yeah,
the
I
video
was
on,
gonna make a
it's still in
comment
the
about that.
basement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How's
I
that
moved up
feel?
to the living room after the divorce because I was like, fuck it, I don't need to be in the basement anymore.
How's
And
that
I
feel?
also have an HDMI cable running to the big TV in the living room, so if I need a third monitor,
I have my TV here that I'm hooked up as well.
well, I've got two, I think 22-inch screen monitors
Same.
for normal, and then I have the 45, which we're upgrading to a 65 eventually.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I've got two, I think 25s, and then the 70.
Yeah. And, we got a sound bar a couple weeks ago
Oh, nice.
on sale because it's like a $200 sound bar,
Oh, nice.
and it got marked down because the people returned it. It got marked down to like 110, and then
Oh,
like
yeah.
an hour later it got marked down to 89.
That's
So
kind of how I
that's
got my
huge.
current TV because I bought it at Best Buy like online, And the one that I bought was cheap. It was like a $300, like, just like whatever, just a big TV because I needed one at the time. And when I got there, they're like, "Here's the TV you ordered," and it was bigger than the one I ordered, and it was an Amazon Fire TV. And I was like, "Oh, this is in fact the TV I ordered. Thank you. Yes, I will. I agree." And then, like 3 days later, I got an email that was like, "It looks like the item you were given was the wrong item." And I was like, "Yeah, I guess. I don't know about that." And then they didn't. They were like, I called the customer support, and they were like, "Yeah, no, there's nothing we can do about it." So I was like, "Yeah, thanks." So, although unfortunately that was several years ago, it was many years ago, so 7 years ago. And it's starting to act like an old TV.
That's what mine's doing.
Yeah. Probably about time to get a new one.
They don't last long at all anymore.
Nothing does, dude. This is why I have so many friends who are like, "You got to get yourself a 2020 car," and I'm like, no, dude. I'm
2021.
I'm driving a 1990, and it's still running strong, dog.
Do you guys see how pregnant my wife was? She like briefly came in,
Yep.
waddling in there. What's up, Soda?
I don't think I've ever seen Soda before. What's up, dog?
You're muted or something, buddy.
Yeah,
There you go.
I had to fix it. It fucked everything up. Yeah, somehow my TV I bought on Black Friday fucking 12 years ago, probably at this point. Somehow it's still going strong, and I can't believe it. Yeah, my hair's normally not this long, but
Yeah, mine either.
Soda's going through his emo phase
Again.
again.
It was never a phase.
Tonight will be the night that I will
Get
fall
off
for
my
you.
fucking head.
listen, I was a punk. I hated the emo kids.
I went through both of those phases.
Mm-hmm.
I call my music playlist the Polyjamorous
Same.
because it goes everywhere and is a little bit of everything. A lot of 2010 to 2020 pop lately, though.
It's like I said, for me, it's been a lot of the two things that it's been swinging between is like Nipsey Hussle and then like Doechii, so like classic and the new hip hop.
Okay, hello?
Hello.
Hello.
Apologies, we're actually... I'm not gonna
Also
lie,
goes
pretty
through the
trippy. We're getting a storm too, I guess, so I walk out and it's like dark outside and it's just starting to rain and it's like, oh, frick. So I had to go bring some stuff in and fed the birds.
Yeah, manifest.
Oh, okay.
If you didn't know that this microphone had an echo function, trust me, I will be abusing it during this campaign.
Oh, I'm so excited.
My favorite clip on my channel is it was a Mr. Dandy one, and you used the echo thing on your microphone. Like you were calling out, and then that's when all the mole rats came in. Yeah, it was so fucking funny.
Oh yeah, I think you were
Hello.
trying to be sneaky or whatever, and you failed miserably.
Yeah, yeah.
And you ended up just yelling in the cave.
Oh, so fucking great.
I'm excited for Frost's new character in that campaign.
Mm-hmm.
Me too.
Me too.
Seeing as
Alright.
he fucking Vegeta'd himself.
Oh wait, but it's cool that Mr. Dandy has like a container of his goop, right?
Yeah.
Because that's gonna be integral
yeah.
to his character
I
going
don't think
forward.
anybody can stop you.
I
think it's-
yeah.
Can't even stop you, really. The concept of Mr. Dandy went off the rails in character creation.
Oh yeah, and he's just getting better as time goes on. Yeah, because in my mind, to Mr. Dandy, he does not understand how this is not still his friend. He just changed form
Yeah,
from like a solid to a liquid.
of course.
That's how
He
boiling
said-
water works.
And even you, Kakarot, and then.
See, if Mr. Dandy became incapacitated, I might be able to do work on him and change like the personality module, but I don't think I want to even try.
You know what? For that, it's a difficulty 5 right off the rip, which is the highest it can go. 'Cause
I do have robotics expert.
It doesn't matter. It goes from a 5 to a 5 still.
But you would just... Here's the thing, though, is you would be letting me re-roll his personality.
True.
Oh,
I know.
We have some
Another reason
ideas.
why I'm like, I don't even want to try.
That's why the next time we get a person that we like, the trick would be just make that one the correct one. Just tighten that
Yeah.
screw. You know?
Just keep fucking hammering
Yeah.
that personality.
Yep.
Because, like, Cannibal Ghoul
All
would
right.
be pretty fun.
Yeah. So, like I said, it's just a couple hours walk, especially if you're at like a march, like at a decent clip. You cross the Delimber River. The road, at least this close to Daggerford, is well worked. So, given the threat of rain, right now it is still fairly dry and easy to travel. You get the feeling that with the rain, the worked earth is going to become a soupy mess. So it's probably good that you're traveling now. But you arrive at Gillian's Hill around lunchtime. The cloud coverage does remove your the ease of ability to tell time, but it's not the most difficult thing in the world. Gillian's Hill is, as the name would betray, a small town perched or around a small estate on a hill. It is, if Daggerford is a small town, maybe a couple hundred people, Gillian's Hill is like 8 buildings, one of which is the large estate. So it's a fairly small, not even fairly small. It would classify as a hamlet.
I think Petal's gonna lean over to Banks and point to the big estate and whisper, "Is that where Gillian lives?"
Yes.
Okay.
A fair
He
assumption.
It's
just
his-
kinda puts
it's
finger
his
in
hill.
forehead.
Yeah, it's a fair assumption. Perhaps strangely for a town this small, outside of the town, outside of like the small collection of houses and maybe a shop, there is a tower kind of off to one side. There's also a small like wrought iron grave, like a wrought iron fence around a graveyard.
I would like to look and see if there's anything special about that graveyard.
Roll me a perception if you'd like.
I can find my character. Okay, there it is. Wait, now, hold
I
on.
believe in you.
The old lady needs to zoom in like 100%.
I'm also gonna roll perception on like more of the security and the layout and potentially guards.
Of course. Yeah, go ahead and roll perception as well. Corpse. A 22, a natural 20 on that. Our second natural 20
Oh,
in a row.
she's not missing out on anything this run. Mr. Handy, despite his 3 eyes, can't see shit. Petal, she can see things.
Uh, the first thing you notice is that all of the headstones here have the same last name,
What is it?
which is Haggard, Haggard.
It's not Gilligan?
There is a singular
Not
kind
a
of
skipper.
small,
Oh, Gillian, sorry.
small
Forgot.
mausoleum that does above it say Gillian Haggard.
Oh.
What was the last name again for notes?
Haggard, Haggard.
I feel like I want to write down people's names,
So
but
we're
at the
in
same
Alabama.
time, Petal does not. She's like me. We're bad with names.
That's the best, right? Is if you're not playing a character who takes notes, you just don't take notes.
Yeah.
That's
She
the best.
remembers the vague
You remember,
details.
yeah, you remember what
The
you
big
remember.
picture.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
My detective brain can't stop me from taking notes.
Yeah.
Well, that's
and
your
yeah, with
guard.
Shocky with an 11, you don't see any like guards or like militia or anything. There are a few people toiling about in like small personal gardens. There is not like fields. There's not like a farm here. It looks like this is a personal, like pretty self-contained little settlement.
Okay.
Seems like everybody in that graveyard's pretty tired, huh?
I'm gonna roll perception to see if there's any like children around
They're just
or any
dying to get in there.
or any missing signs.
Go ahead. For that, it's actually going to be an investigation.
Oh. Yeah, because there's missing children. I'm like, why is the guy who needs to return to the forest looking for kids? I forgot.
Suspicious.
Oof. Oof.
Yeah, I didn't mean to roll intimidation. That was an accident.
That's okay.
Intimidate the children to come out.
Children, daddy's home.
What a twist!
Do you think these woods are scary? I'm the one who has to walk out alone.
So the first thing you notice, Lane, is that especially out and about right now, you don't see any children. Like at all.
Are there usually children?
Well, I'll have to ask someone about that.
There are a few people. There's like a dwarf tending to a small like personal garden. There are some people like cutting wood. It's like again small community.
Are there any animals?
There's probably there's like a dog or two toiling about and maybe a horse.
Hmm.
Banks, would you roll me and we'll say just a straight perception.
I would love to.
What are you up to?
Let's go.
Oh, yes.
Jesus, dude.
Is he gonna be mistaken for a child?
Y'all got weighted dice or something.
Somehow.
It would fit with my character.
The first thing you notice as you're coming in, you spot a kind of roughly carved into one of the signposts. There is in Thieves' Cant, East Walk outside 2 miles. And it is marked, underlined by a serpent.
East Walk, what, 2 miles?
East Walk outside 2 miles.
Outside.
This kind of like brief language you're familiar with. Essentially, it's saying, go east, outside of the town, 2 miles.
Hmm. I assume. Well, I guess I can communicate that to
this
Lane,
looks-
'cause-
Like what you were looking for.
Yeah.
Where was that located?
This was on a signpost. This is something that specifically Banks would be looking for.
Okay.
So are we going to the big house?
Lane's not allowed in the big house.
Oh my god.
As you guys arrive here, the few people you see out and about do all seem to take notice of your arrival, and you're not sure It's kind of hard to gauge their reactions.
Petal's gonna smile and wave.
Okay.
Does anybody wave back?
I'll say the dwarf who's tending to his garden kind of raises a hand, just like,
Oh, she's gonna go right over and talk. That is her in.
This feels like a
Dragon
horror
Ball Z
movie.
music is not fitting for this right now.
as he realizes he may have made a mistake as you just march over to him the moment he acknowledges you. You see him kind of like look around and go back to his garden, but looks up briefly to realize that you're still approaching. Stands up. Good day to you. I help you.
Hello, friend. We just arrived in town. My big friend over there, Lane, is looking for children. Do you normally have some around here?
Roll
Rossi's face.
You're looking for children. You he kind of pauses. You're here to
Hello,
help
welcome
with
in.
the children issue, or are you looking to take children?
You have an issue with children? What kind of issue?
He ma'am, you're not from here, are you?
No,
You're like
I've
around here.
never been to Gilligan's Hill. Quite the little town.
Gillian. Not there's only one G.
Gildian.
No.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, yes, we have there's been some problems of late with children, but not with he kind of looks up, looking around at the few other people that are out and about at the moment looking for assistance.
Am I hearing all of this?
Yeah, this, I mean, it's not a big town.
Okay. Because then
as
I
as he looks up for help, there's an elf who was like working on like maybe a table or something. Like he's like carving wood. You hear him set his tools down, and he kind of marches over. Yeah, no, we have there's been some issues of late. There's been every on the full moon, our children are a child every month has been disappearing. They just step outside in the night, just poof, gone.
That sounds a bit concerning. When is
It's
the
very
next...
it's extremely concerning.
When's the
Are
next
you-
full moon?
They all kind of look at each other. You can roll me a
I'll roll that one as well.
yeah, roll me I'll say a nature or a history.
I ain't got it.
A, B, C, D. The problem is I can't see the rolls. Okay, and I'm gonna do a
Not
history.
familiar.
Oh, not. Nope.
Hey, all of you are like, what is the
I rolled good.
Yeah, so
So did
Shocky.
Frost.
Yeah,
Oh
that's
yeah,
my
I did.
thing.
Well,
Gotcha. I didn't
he
see
is up all
the
night.
first one from Blade. The
He's
two
up
of
all
you, it's if it wasn't last night, it's tonight. And judging by people's reactions, probably
tonight.
wasn't last night.
Yeah.
Do you... How do I word this? Are
Yeah,
there
they all.
any children left? Because despite my friend's here appearance, she's going to gesture to Banks, he tells me he's not a child.
As you gesture, perhaps for the first time on this journey, Banks, being in a small rural town, she gestures to the goblin, and you watch as both the elf and the dwarf, their hands kind of instinctively go to just small knives on their hip without for a moment, and then they stop.
I'm gonna
Oh.
try to disarm them, not physically.
Gotcha.
I mean,
With
mentally.
charm.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So I'm going to approach them kind of with my hands out and try to shake the gnome's hand.
The dwarf?
Or dwarf, yeah. Hi, I'm Mr. Von Banks.
Torin. I've never met someone of your kind who's so articulate.
Thank you.
Oof.
He shakes your hand. And aye, there's 2 children left here.
Yeah, see, that's why we're here. We're pursuing this, trying to find something that may be causing it. Has anyone new came into town? Anything new that erected? Anything different since this started happening? Heh.
Okay.
No, nothing new on our part. The games master from Liam's Hold said there's been a surge of wolves recently, but that's about it. A lot of the game has been scared away.
When did it start?
Uh,
The children. When did it start for them
the-
leaving?
The first 2 happened last month. The first one was not on a full moon. It just happened, and then the second one happened on the full moon, and then we are expecting another one tonight.
So you've only lost 3.
Just the 2.
Only? That's still 3 children missing.
Just the 2, and of the 4 children that were here, that's quite a few.
The first one was at night.
Aye, about midnight,
But not on a full moon.
but not on a full moon. No.
So why would you expect one to happen on another full moon? Could that not have been a coincidence?
It could have been, but we just
Really,
First
it could
one-
disappear anytime.
kind of looks to the elf. I don't know how to say this kindly. The elf speaks up. The first one to go missing, he was unruly. He probably just ran away. He wasn't really a child either, just, uh, 12, 13 years old.
Was he also
Kind
a
of.
goblin?
Hey.
No, he was a human. The second one to go missing was my son. He was an elf, if you have to ask.
Did he indicate anything before he went
No.
missing?
No.
Is there anything in his room?
I
Well,
don't think we can investigate that. Just walk into a house.
No. I'm asking him. Like, did he notice anything new in his room?
he doesn't have a room of his own. Our homes are not that large. We have a common, like a. He kind of gestures. The houses are maybe like 20 foot on an edge. Like they're like studio apartment size at most. Little huts.
Was there anything that happened right before he went missing?
Maybe you should speak to my wife. She's been talking about it, but no one else saw what she saw. So, yeah, if something happened, I think she would be the one to have your answer.
Where is she right now?
She's at home. Come with me.
Thank you.
He leads you over to the small the cottage that he was working wood in front of. He opens the doors. Silda, I have people here who would like to speak with you.
People in quotations.
Yeah, he seems really nervous. A group of 4 people showed up in town who are armed and just started really,
Asking questions.
yeah.
Looking for
Making
kids.
statements, assuming.
Yeah, that's the one.
And one of them may be looking for children.
Yeah, one of them, and they showed up and immediately started asking about children.
They're looking for an afternoon snack. What can I say?
Well,
Yeah.
what was the dwarf's name?
Didn't get it.
Oh, so he just takes us to his wife without telling us his name.
No, he said Torb
No.
or something like that. Started with a
The
T.
dwarf didn't give us a name. The elves did. The elf and his wife were going to meet his wife now.
Yeah,
Oh,
you're going to meet Silva.
Oh, I thought we were
No,
talking
the
to the
dwarf went
dwarf.
back to his gardening.
Yeah.
Not gonna
Okay.
lie, Petal's gonna
So
be a
the
little
elf's son
confused.
was taken on a full moon. What's the elf's name? The person we're talking to.
Haven't gotten it yet. You haven't asked for it.
Yeah, he just takes us to his wife before he even got. Okay.
I don't think you understand. Again, 4 people showed up. All 2 of which, or at least one of which, is invisible armor, and you are all armed. Like,
Touche.
adventurers are not like they're
Common.
common though they're common enough, but like
Not in this area though.
not in this area.
Okay, that's fair.
But because you seem to be wanting to help, they're trying to be as like accommodating as they possibly can.
Okay.
A young elven woman, almost like white skin, with almost like silvery, almost blue hair, comes out, rubbing her hands with her apron as she's finishing up at something over a fire. Yes, you wish to speak with me? And she kind of stops and looks at you all. She does, specifically, like, her eyes linger on the winged man and the goblin for a moment. And then, to be honest, the pink lady. Yeah, like, she has a full pause moment.
She's just smiling and waving. Petal's just happy.
Now that you're seeing the inside of their home, there is a pit in the middle with a full spit and like a chain hung above it for a pot. They have like a long table set up along one side that seems to have a lot of like dry goods and food and jarred goods, as well as like a preparation area. There's a dining table and then a curtain that has that blocks off a large bed and a smaller bed next to it, as well as a large wooden tub that is just kind of up against the wall at the moment. It's again like 20 feet on a side. It's a small little room.
From where Petal is standing, she would like to casually look in the pit to see if she can discern anything.
Oh, there's a fire going in there at the moment. Like it's like a fire pit.
No bones sticking out?
No bones sticking out.
Okay.
If
Is there,
there
like,
was
a window?
bones, would they be children-sized?
Same brain.
There are windows on the 3 walls. So the wall with the door and then the other 2. There's no like glass. They are just open spaces with shutters.
Okay. So for this particular instance, since it's a small little like studio apartment, Lane would be positioned near the door and like next to the window.
They didn't bring you inside. Like he's
Okay,
bringing her.
okay.
Yeah. You can just see through the door.
Got it. Okay, that makes sense.
And yeah, so Silda steps out and offers her hand to whoever is nearest. Yes, you
Petal's
wish to,
going for it. She's gonna shake that hand. She
seems
sees Bank
taken
do it all
aback
the
by the-
time.
But yeah, she's taken aback by the eagerness, but somehow it does seem to like comfort her a little bit in your intentions. She kind of nods. Yes, of course. Whatever questions you have, I'm happy to answer.
What can you tell us about your child? I'm so sorry. We would like to try and do what we can to help.
Oh, did Lady Marwyn finally send someone to help us?
Who?
Lady Marwyn?
Never heard of her.
We are working independently.
Oh, I see. Yes, my son, his name is Auric. He's, I mean, he's a child.
How
Maybe
old?
not in. Well, given that we're elves, he's in his 15th year, but he's still
Just a baby.
a child. Yes.
Your
Uh,
husband mentioned you might have seen something.
I did. Nobody Nobody's believed me, but I saw what I saw. Auric heard something outside, and he just ran for it. He was always a curious boy, but he just seemed drawn to something. And when I woke up and I saw him outside, he was among a pack of wolves. And one of them stood up. He was a man among them.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how cuddly were the wolves?
And how cute was this man?
She genuinely seems like you have just almost emotionally stabbed her. Like she kind of pauses there.
It was the man.
The wolves were wolves. They were. I mean,
So more feral, not taken care of?
yes, but not like. They were not like the beasts that we see prowling. That the
So
hunters.
they were more tame
No,
than
they were
feral.
they were larger and darker furred than other wolves I've seen. And then the man was. He looked like if you took all of those aspects and put them on a man. He was fierce, and I could see he was violent.
Mm,
Did the man look like human, or did he look like?
He looked like a man, just a
Was he
human.
or was he dancing?
You're saying he looked like a man?
He looked like a man.
I feel like Petal
Did he
would have
look like a
heard
hairy
similar
man, or did he
stories.
look
He was.
like, Jesus, dude.
He seemed hairy, but humans tend to be.
No, they do. Did the man say anything?
He spoke to my son, but I couldn't see what he was. I couldn't hear what he was saying.
Can you point us in the direction of where you saw him?
She kind of points. You can see from here the misty forest in the distance. She points to the forest. Which is, that way. Let's see. Do I have? I'm pretty sure I do. So you can see from Gillian's Hill, she points that way.
Has there been any storms here since then? Do you think there would be any tracks of your child?
Storms, no, but there has been a lot of fog.
When did that start?
We've been noticing the fog every couple of nights, maybe for a month or two.
For you to take notice, I assume that this was not
We're not
typical to what you experience.
We're not far from the coast. So fog is not uncommon, but this is different. The sea fog, it's low, it clings to the ground. This is pervasive.
So the sea is towards more western, and this is coming from the east.
Yeah, it does. It seems to be coming from the woods. If that's if that can happen.
Have you spoken to any other town folk about this
Town
in
folk?
detail?
No. There was a woman who came through. She stops by occasionally. She's been taking care of us and helping where she can. Um, she goes by Davra. I believe she's camped outside of the town.
Can you point us in the direction of the first child's family that went missing?
Oh, the first child that went missing. It was the young Lord Haggard. She points to the small manor.
The Gillian house.
Yes, the Gillian house.
So it sounds like the royalty family there had a child go missing of his own accord.
That's the rumor, but I wouldn't bring that up to Lord Haggard.
I think Petal's gonna lean down to Banks and whisper, "You were right.
About what?
That's where they live. The Gilligans."
Yeah, they live in houses.
They live in houses. There are people in the house.
I think Petal's gonna grab this lady gently by her hands, cupping them in hers, and say, "We will do our best to try and find your child."
If you can bring him home, that's all I ask. Even she pauses and kind of looks to her husband. Even if he's to be buried when he returns.
We will do what we can.
Can we here, can I offer you something to drink? You've been on the road for a while, it would seem.
As long as it's not wine.
Oh, I actually may have something. She'll go back into the home, and then from that table, she'll produce a little glass bottle, maybe 8 to 9 inches tall, that's capped with a waxed cloth that's tied shut. And she gives you a little bottle of milk.
You have cows?
We have a few.
We do
They're
not
out.
have time to meet the cows, but thank you so much for the milk.
How have they been acting as of late?
Like cows? They I I only tend to them. I don't often
So
speak.
they're not spooked by the like the mist or the
They have
wolves or anything like that.
they
I think
have
that's what she
been
was trying to get at.
they have been staying together more than before.
Oh my god, I just realized everybody has their cams on, and that's why you're like, Frost's face!
Yeah.
Yeah, when you said that, I so
Also, hi,
wish
Regal in
you
chat.
were
I see you.
recording
I so missed it. Oh, I'll have to set this up for next time.
that. Hey, Regal.
Hey, Regal.
She might be lurking now.
Oh, what a goof.
That
I
was
am
like
so
20
sorry.
minutes ago.
That's okay.
Well, I feel like we've got as much information as
If
we
you have
can.
any more questions, as I said, Davra's been helping us where she could. She might have more answers for you all.
who are the other two kids? Who are the parents of the other two kids
That
in
really-
town?
Well, Jessin, the dwarf over the way, he has a daughter, and then the Haggards also have a daughter left.
You know about their ages?
Jessin's daughter is well, she's not walking quite yet. And then young lady Haggard is, I believe, she's nearing adulthood, maybe 16 or 17.
That's the one.
Yep.
The child's gonna go missing tonight. It's walking out on their own accord. That's the one.
I'm more worried about Banks. Like, we know he's an apparent adult.
I don't have children.
You are the child.
I am older than you.
Physically, yes. Well, what's
Make-
that word?
Make Banks the bait.
I was gonna suggest that.
Ooh,
Borrow
I
some
do have a
clothes?
disguise kit.
You are small enough to be a child that can walk on its own.
Excuse me for just a second. Something I just got a package. I will be right back.
Yeah, that's fine. We're gonna figure this one out. Real
Yeah, you guys discuss amongst yourself.
All right, so now we can metagame.
Oh, he even took the headset off. We're good. Yeah.
yeah.
Look, we use the goblin as bait, or we use the other family, the one that has the teenager, as bait.
Okay, so to be fair, I could be the bait.
Oh yeah,
That's
you could change
true,
into a
too.
child.
Yeah.
I could literally just change into the child.
Yeah, and you wouldn't have to use a kid or anything.
However,
Nah.
we have to keep an eye on the teenager in case they don't go for the bait.
We
I
don't
think-
even know if bait will work.
We should also talk
Exactly.
to the one family of the kid who
Oh.
went missing voluntarily.
When bait doesn't work, we can always switch.
So don't
No.
spit out his coffee. I saw it. He was ready.
Aww.
Aww.
Okay.
Aww.
Yeah, those
Aw.
are for Kristen when she gets home.
Aw.
Because I was at work all day yesterday, and then we went out. I did not have time to get them for her before we went out and did stuff yesterday. So I got stuff for today.
Touche. So which
Legend.
plan, guys, do we like better? Do we want to use soda for bait, or do we want me to play bait?
So it's like
I'm gonna
not
say,
that everyone knows that you can change shape. I don't know if you revealed that, but you can literally look like a child if you choose.
I mean,
to.
I know this.
That's true.
I feel like Petal has a bit of suspicions. She's been around magic like that before.
True.
Well, she's gonna go walk over to the banner.
I'm still scared that bait won't work. What if
I
it's like a
also think
curse?
that the bait won't work. That's why I suggested that we also keep an eye on the child that is ambient and willing to walk.
Well, technically, if
You
she's
could just walk
18,
away.
she's an adult.
So
She's 16 or 17.
She's like 16,
Almost.
17, so not quite
Almost
an
an
adult.
adult. Yeah.
We could also
Well, that's
go
why I
talk to her.
said I could change into that child, and then you guys could keep an eye on that
Right,
child.
but if they're walking in some sort of trance on their own, bait isn't going to help that.
Well, somebody would still have to cast the trance on them, in theory.
Right, that's why I'm saying we keep an eye on that child as well.
Okay,
And
Petal's
honestly,
gonna
we
go
split
walk
up
over
into
towards
two
the manor.
parties.
It's a big house.
Hold on.
She's curious.
Pause. I just thought about this. The fog has been, or the children have been going missing for about a month or two. The fog has also been going on for about a month or two. The fog is probably what's causing the trance itself. They don't have closed windows, so the fog itself is probably what's calling that child. So it would be a trance-like state.
Right,
So,
that's what I was
adults-
thinking too.
Adults wouldn't be subject to it. However, I am 18.
So there's a chance that I would be
Everyone's so young.
subject to it.
I'm middle age. I don't know what you're talking
I'm
about.
21, so
Yeah, I'm 18, and then the child is about 16 or 17. So we're about the same age.
Petal is reconsidering what she considers herself to be.
Well,
I
My
think
thought
first,
as
before we
well.
do anything, we should talk to the head house.
Yeah, absolutely.
for sure.
She's already at the
Okay.
door knocking.
My only
Oh
thought,
god.
my thought too,
Okay, we're doing it live. Fuck it.
my thought as well is, at least when they're traveling, they don't seem to be in danger. So if someone does get tranced and lured to a certain location, we could follow them.
Yeah. It just raises the risk of them getting hurt or something like that. Because we have to be stealth, and then if they catch us, that's a whole other issue.
True. But yeah, I think you guys are right. Let's go talk to the lords first.
Okay.
Okay. So you're going to go up to the Haggard Manor, or the Gillian's Manor.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. It is, when I say a manor, like it is like a
Bigger
2-bedroom,
house, yeah.
3-bedroom. Yeah, it is a home. As you approach, there's already kind of an older gentleman there on the porch, maybe in his like late 40s. Just on the patio, like on the porch, a pipe in hand, fairly well dressed, but definitely dressed for like countryside living as opposed to like inner city. So like riding boots, like sturdy clothing in a nicer, like a more apparent style. And he kind of nods to you all as you approach. I hear that you've been speaking to my people. I suppose I've seen you. Can I help you?
I hope you can. We're here investigating the missing children.
Oh, well, then I hope I can as well. I am Lord Gillian Haggard III. How can I be of assistance for you?
Mr. Von Banks. I reach out my hand.
He shakes your hand. Again, taking in your appearance, he goes to shake your hand and then kind of pauses and then kind of pinches your hand with his finger and shakes.
Not how
Mr.
we typically do it, but that's fine too.
Mr. Von Banks, it is my pleasure to make your acquaintance. And he looks over. I'm glad to see the Order of the Gauntlet saw our plight and sent someone through. Gillian Haggard III. He offers a hand to Sivan.
Quick note, he is beaming that this guy called him Mr. Von Banks.
I am from the order, and yes, this is what I've been sent to do. I'm guessing it has to do with all these missing children. I had a few questions I'd like to ask about that.
Ask away. I'll offer any information I can if it helps.
So, one of the children that has gone missing is yours, but it hasn't been under the same mysterious circumstances as the other one.
Yes, my son. He wanted to be an adventurer. He did not want to grow up as a small lord of a farmstead. So when word got out of a large wolf patrolling the area, he thought he would.
Chose to leave of his own accord.
He went to hunt the beast, and we've not found him since. I am, if you can bring me a head or a pelt or some proof that you got the damn thing.
Your son
Uh.
or the wolf?
The wolf. Don't.
Okay.
We don't. He pauses and looks at you. We don't offer rewards for the pet. If people are being hunted, we request they be brought in alive mostly, and even so, here
Sorry,
we will.
she's new to life.
Wouldn't say life, more of society.
Well,
Uh,
I was very concerned for a moment.
yes, no, we are. If you happen upon the beast, it's a large black wolf. If you can bring me his pelt, I'll pay you each 50 gold.
have you seen this wolf personally?
I've seen more wolves about than late. I've heard some of the local hunters that pass by here speak of the beast, but I've never seen it myself. The elf woman, she claims she saw it turn into a man, though. But grief does strange things to women, I suppose.
What kind of strange things?
You see, women don't handle grief as well as men do. They tend to be driven into hysteria by it. My wife is no different. She's, the moon calls to her, the mist speaks. Outrageous.
Where can we find your wife?
She's inside right now, but she's currently under the care of an apothecary from Daggerford.
Would we be able to talk to her?
I don't know what good that would do you, but you may.
She's under the care. Has she been ill lately?
Well, as I said, yes, with grief, with our son going missing, she has been beside herself.
Well, I just mean like more physical. Has she gone through any changes physically?
Nothing beyond what is expected, as I said. Women in grief are, you know.
Understandable. My next question. What are your plans to protect the remaining children
Well,
from the mysterious full moon abductions?
Davra came by. Another adventuring sort like you. She has been doing what she can to investigate it for us, but I've not heard from her in a couple of days. So I'm sure she's come up on a dead end and given up on us. You, the Order of the Gauntlet, were my solution. I had hoped for more than one night, but one and a motley assortment should be enough to handle whatever this wolf is, if it is the wolf.
Lead us to your wife.
Very
In the
well.
forest.
If you really need to speak to her, he taps out the tobacco from his pipe, tucks it into his pocket, and leads you into the house. He leads you up the stairs. It is again well furnished. It looks like he at one point may have been a fairly successful hunter. There are trophies hung on the wall and a large hunting bow above the main door. But he's fairly old now and has a bit of a limp as he walks. But he leads you up the stairs. into what is likely the master bedroom. In the bed, her hair kind of laid just across her shoulders, and a bit worse for wear. In the bed is a woman still in her dressing gown. There is a gnome stood on a chair with a bag that is kind of daubing her head and speaking quietly to her. And then another girl, almost maybe again 15, 16, maybe 17, is on the other side of the bed, just quietly reading.
So now we have
Hilda,
an additional child to worry about.
I have some people here to speak with you. She kind of looks up and smiles. She does seem ill, almost. She's got heavy bags underneath her eyes, and she sits up and pulls the blanket up a little bit. Yes, I'll speak to them.
What's her name again?
Ilda.
Hilda. Okay.
Ursa, and she looks to her the young woman. Should Ursa be here for this discussion as well, or? No, Ursa, please step outside. The young woman, if I must, stands up, kind of a very pointed snap as she shuts her book. She is not, for what you've seen of the women out here, she's not dressed like the other women. She's dressed in tall riding boots and form-fitting clothing. She's dressed more like her father than her mother.
Is this the other kid we've heard about?
Yes.
Okay.
Lady Ursa is she's in need of rest, so please keep it short. The gnomish man speaks. He stood on a chair next to the bed. He kind of checks a pocket watch. Yes, I'll be just outside the door. And he steps out and leaves you to Ursa and the gnome apothecary.
I think Petal's going to be looking at the gnome strangely, trying to figure out what's going on.
May I help you? Are you all right? You require assistance? You seem confused.
How old are you? You're quite...
This year, I'll be celebrating my 222nd birthday.
She's going to be trying to do the math on that.
Aye. So we're investigating the missing children and going to be trying to prevent what's happening tonight.
He pauses. I'll step out. He hops down off the chair and just marches out of the room. Oh, yes, of course. How can I help you?
First, we understand this must be difficult to talk about, so we'll try to make it brief. Have you noticed anything different in the area before this began?
Before it all began? No. It all seemed to have started when my boy. He heard the hunters speaking of a wolf that they had not seen before. Something that he's always wanted to be was a hunter like his father. And so when this trophy, this potential for great renown showed up, he decided it was time to start living up to his father's legacy, and he tried to hunt it. And he has not been back since.
Did he take anything with him?
He had a crossbow that his father had gifted him, something try to ease him into hunting, but it was not a hunter's crossbow. It was just something he could practice with. It could put down like a if he were to hit, he could probably kill a dog, but this was such a large wolf, I don't know if it would do. I don't know if it would do the job.
If I may ask, how did you end up on bed rest?
I haven't been myself of late. There's something in the air, I suppose.
Fog.
There has been quite a lot of fog recently, but I'm not sure. I've always been somewhat frail.
Have you seen any
Just
of these
the-
dogs?
Excuse me?
Have you seen any of these dogs yourself?
The-
The wolves.
Do you mean the wolves? I mean, yes. On clear nights, you can see them prowling outside of the town. We're out here. We're pretty far away from any large town, so it's not uncommon to see wolves in our streets at night.
Does the fog have any special properties?
It's very thick. I, I'm I'm not a. I don't have any magical understanding, or
He doesn't speak.
as you say that, she kind of goes pale a little bit. Yeah. It. I may have heard something.
What?
It sounded like a lullaby coming from the fog. But I'm sure it was just someone in the fog. I couldn't see anyone.
Do you remember how it sounded? Could you replicate it?
Let's find out. Yes, I can. And she, even weak as her voice is, as she begins to hum, at least two banks and pedal, it is a jarringly familiar melody.
Ooh.
One that you have all heard at this point, but for the two of you, it is one that stands out.
Pedal, I don't think. I'm just gonna whisper to Pedal. I don't think we should mention the box yet. Shifting gears slightly.
The hell's a
You-
gear?
Gears exist. Artificers are a thing. You can get a gun.
Really surprised.
As you are over 200 years old, I assume that.
Oh,
you've
the gnome.
spent-
The gnome's out of the room.
Gnome was the 200-year-old one.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I thought.
We're talking
No,
I
to
thought-
the
she's
mom
a
right
human.
now.
She's a human.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought Lane asked how old she was. Well, regardless.
Pedal asked how old the gnome was.
Oh,
You're close.
that's right. Is there anything you can tell me about Gillian's Hill? Has it ever been placed under a curse? Has the town ever been attacked magically?
Why are all the names in the graveyard haggard?
Well,
And
that is
only Haggard.
the Haggard family cemetery.
What happens to the other bodies?
They likely lay them to rest behind their homes, or
Oh.
That's
even
racist.
even Lord Gillian the First's horse is buried in that cemetery.
That's
Ghost
elitist.
horse.
I don't believe much in curses, but they whoever asked that, roll me. It was you. Roll me a perception or persuasion. Banks.
Well, that's his
Will
jam.
do.
Apparently
Wow.
Yeah, apparently not.
Wow, so I rolled a 2 on that.
You can use you can use your inspiration to reroll that.
You know what? I will.
DM inspiration.
not. Bruh. Okay. It's a lot better.
Oh, damn. Wait, how did you get a 2?
Because you rolled a 2.
Oh, I see
He's
7
got
and
plus-
6.
He's got
It's
plus
got
5 to it.
Yeah.
Plus...
So you rolled a 2. You add 5 to it, makes 7.
Oh.
See where it says persuasion 5? That's my.
Yeah.
It's his bonus to it.
Also, quick question though, just on
Mhm.
these rolls. The
Why
two
are there
different...
2 numbers?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so on occasion, there are certain things that will give you advantage or disadvantage, which is you will roll 2 dice, and if you have advantage, you will take the higher of the 2. If you have disadvantage, you will take the lower of the 2.
Okay.
If not, normally it's just the first one.
Okay.
Yep,
Yeah,
otherwise it
that's
is
what I was...
the leftmost number.
Okay, that's what I was telling Corpse about.
Her already pale complexion goes kind of pale.
Careful, she can only get so white.
And she
Racist.
kind of gestures for you to come closer, Banks.
I'll lean in.
She cups a hand over your ear, like she's like genuinely whispering. Some people came through maybe a month ago, before this all started, and they were demanding that we give them wine and food, else they would put a curse on us. And my husband is prudent with his supplies, and he turned them down. They went on their way. But they spoke of curses.
Mm.
I'll say that was said just loud enough that all of you could barely hear it, but it's
Fine.
definitely something she's trying to keep.
Bestie.
Okay.
Yeah, this is what we're dealing with. Lovely.
Well, that definitely makes things more interesting. Thank you.
I hope that helps.
What
A
of the
great deal.
moon?
I mean, it's supposed to be full tonight, and the people here are worried that that is going to be the next person to go missing will be tonight.
And would that next person potentially be the girl outside?
My Ursa,
As I was worried
that's
Trials are good.
I fear that she may be too old to go missing if it is children. It could, if they're just people going missing, then it could be her. But if it is children, it is likely that the dwarven child who will be next.
The child who can't walk on her own? That
I-
all the other children have been walking out on their own?
I,
Through this
I,
mysterious
did,
fog and curse?
I didn't know that they were walking out on their own. I just heard they'd gone missing. If that's the case, then it is probably Ursa who will be next. But that's why you're here, right?
I am here
Yes.
to investigate and protect, yes.
I don't know why I'm here.
Do what I can to prevent this and try and stop it.
Gotta be somewhere, Petal. Well, this has been very insightful. I appreciate
I hope I
this.
could be some help.
I hope you
You
feel.
definitely have.
Wait, when did she fall ill?
Around the time her son went missing.
And that was after the friend caravan came through.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I hope you feel better soon.
I hope to feel better soon as well. As you're hitting this point in the conversation, the gnome comes kind of barging back in. If you may, I would like to treat to my patient, please.
The 200-year-old
Of
child.
course. And we walk out.
And as I'm walking, I'm assuming the husband is gonna greet us on the way out.
Yes.
Like talk to us. Okay.
Both him and his
Both-
daughter are having a very hushed conversation in the hallway.
Is it something that we can hear?
Yeah. Mostly they're just like talking about. Like he seems to be quite thankful that you're all here. She doesn't. She's not convinced.
Okay. I point at the as we're walking towards them. I point at the bow
Mhm.
over the on the mantle on the wall.
Right.
And you said it was a trophy bow, like a grand bow or something like.
No, it's just like a hunting bow. There are like mounted trophies, like stuffed, like there's like a few boar's heads, there's a couple wolf's heads, and a pretty large buck that are hung on the wall.
Oh, I
But
thought
the
you
bow
said
just looks
bug.
like no, no. The bow is a fairly large hunting bow.
Could we fit Banks in it and shoot him across the room?
Probably.
I was gonna say.
I'm pretty sure I have the strength to do that. But I don't see the point in doing that.
Just a little casual racism.
Which is funny.
You guys are funny. Actually, before I think what I would say is towards the end, like as we're leaving. So if there's an interaction before that, then I'll wait.
Okay.
I don't think Petal wants to talk to the man.
Pedal vibe check the man, and
Vibes rough.
he did not pass it. Yeah.
Sounds like we need to go back to my first friend, the short man, who's very hairy.
All right. So if there's not going to be an interaction with us and the daughter or anything like that, then I'll point up at the bow, and I'll turn to the father and I'll say, "That bow, we'll be needing it."
Kind of looks between all of you. Why do you need my grandfather's bow?
We're going to do what we can to bring your son back, but this may be a very difficult situation. I think it might be best if we are armed as well as we could be.
He kind of looks you all over. Seem pretty well armed to me, but I'll allow one of you to roll me a persuasion on that.
Ooh.
I'm gonna go ahead and say normally I'd go with whoever got to it first, but I will give it to you.
I could see the knight talking over Banks.
Yeah, especially if he's the one who
If it'll
invited them
bring,
there.
if it will bring peace to the minds of my people and potentially my son back, he'll go to the door, unhooks it, and he'll hand it over.
What better weapon to save your son than with your grandfather's bow.
So who's being handed the bow? Who's taking it?
Corpse, you're the ranger.
I can't shoot a bow.
Petal's still a little put off by his attitude.
Just trust me on this. Take the bow.
Are we sure I'm not too hysterical to use it?
I promise.
Take one more. I'll get it put in your inventory for you if it shows up.
Is it better than her default bow?
What do you got for a default bow?
Absolutely no
It
idea.
is just a little bit.
Look at that. Small upgrade already.
Begrudgingly use it.
Oh, yeah.
Every arrow you fire is with hate
Wait.
and malice.
It is not an oath bow.
Yet.
It is not an oath bow. It is.
She channels her hysteria with every shot.
It has period pains as well.
There you go.
She's
It's
just
in
gonna
there.
picture shooting that guy every time she
All it is it's a +1 longbow.
No, apparently she's taking it. She's been persuaded.
So as we're walking out, I say, thank you. And besides, any man talks about his wife that way isn't deserving of this bow.
Oh, Petal's gonna smile.
Damn.
Close
Roll
the
me to
door.
intimidate.
Yeah, I was gonna say, roll intimidate on that one.
Oh, can Petal back him up with staring daggers? Oh, his
He-
intimidation's good enough.
Freezes as you shut the door. He's just like wide eyes, kind of not really sure how to respond to you as you just leave.
Oh, Petal's 100% beaming at Lane right now. So excited.
All I'm picturing is the scene from Avatar, the water tribe.
That's what I said. You had to just trust me on this one.
Oh, Petal's gonna be holding that bow
So-
very specially now.
The bow is a beautiful lacquered oak bow with black horn over the edges at the end of the bow where it strings, that has just very light gold leaf work of brambles along the black horn. So it's a nice bow. It's a really nice bow.
She's much more excited to have it now.
So, you are once again alone in the hamlet of Gillian's Hill. What's the plan? It is, at this point, late afternoon,
I
early
was just
evening.
about to ask what time of day is it? And
Probably
how much time
around-
do we have to plan?
It's
before
probably
she
around
goes down?
4 or 5 o'clock. This time of year, it is nearing sunset.
I feel
So
like we
have
should
little time to plan.
talk to the lady.
Well, I do also want to mention to the party about the signpost that I saw. That have thieves can't carved into it.
Okay?
Which, again, as you stated, says East Walk outside 2 miles and
Mhm.
a serpent carved into it. Do we think that it would be beneficial for us to follow this right now?
Well, east is in the direction of the forest.
That is the way we need to be going. It
Because
might be
obviously
the
we don't have a
adventurer-
lot of time, but
It might be
it
the
also might
adventurer
give-
given directions to where she is.
which an ally in this might not hurt,
Yeah.
but it is a time commitment.
I think we kind of have to at this point. 'Cause
So
for
What do
planning.
we risk by not making it back on time?
The child going missing and us missing the time.
And missing our lead.
Yeah.
It will take you about 30 minutes to get up there.
And by the time we get back, it'll just be nightfall.
Yeah.
But if we do have another ally, we can stagger our forces a little bit, is what I'm thinking. To try and just kind of keep an eye on both children.
I don't
'Cause
disagree
this-
with you.
Because the place is small enough that I think we would be able to kind of keep an eye on each other. And that way we could, like, Paul Revere the
The guard
situation.
tower's towards the east, right? Like northeast-ish?
There
One
is
little tower?
there is a tower. Yeah, it is kind of north. It's almost like straight north, actually, on the northern end of town. Yeah.
Who's got the best eyesight? So we can have them positioned there in that tower. We can call out really
What is-
anything.
What does eyesight fall under?
Perception.
Perception.
My perception.
Oh, Petal has good perception, I think. Let me zoom in, because I'm an old lady.
My perception is 6, and it's powered by wisdom.
Yep.
Which my wisdom is an 18.
Yeah. So yours.
Yeah.
It's the best.
Your total would be +6. So yeah, your perception's pretty solid there, Lane.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we can put Lane in the tower. The three of us can go figure out what's going on with the potential adventure ally that Soda can talk to.
Should somebody go hang out with the small child? That's probably not Lane.
I was thinking I stay with the child.
And Petal goes and talks to the cows, right?
And Petal and Mr. Von Banks go to the adventurer
Oh.
and tell us what the situation is with that.
We're in the middle of the town right now, right? I'm assuming.
Yeah.
We're, like, right
You're
outside
just
the
kind of
estate doors,
right outside
yeah.
the estate. Yeah.
Are we able to see any of the wolves walking around or lurking around?
Wolves? No, but you can see the woods from here.
Okay. I know she said you'll see them patrolling.
She did say at night.
And it's
Okay.
not quite nighttime yet.
Yeah, not quite.
Actually,
Okay.
Petal, as a budding ranger she is, likes to think that she can track things. Should she perhaps go out and see where the wolves are coming from?
You can try.
I like that idea, but I don't want you getting ambushed by wolves by yourself.
Oh, I can't get ambushed.
Yeah. All right. So, I mean, it's a small town. Like, it's a very, very small town. Everything's roughly pretty close together. You said you want me in the tower?
Yeah, you in the tower scouting out wolves or whatever's going on. Me going back between the estate and the dwarf's house for the children, and the other two heading out to check on the adventure.
Real quick, one thing that I wanted to make sure we took a note of. The wife said that the fog is unlike, or one of the wives said the fog is like unlike other ones, where normal fog stays close to the ground. This one is higher up.
Right.
Ooh, so it might block the guard tower.
That's why we have our highest perception in there.
It's
Fog is fog. If it's dense, he's just going to be perceptually
Oh,
looking
yeah.
at the white fog.
Would the fog be high enough for the guard tower, or is it higher than the tower?
No one's really like as far as y'all have been told, it's a thick fog.
Maybe we could talk to a guard who's stationed in the tower to see if it's worthwhile. If not, you could stand in the middle of town and wait for a kid to walk out. I assume they go through the front door, not the windows.
Well, there's only one kid that can walk, unless through magic of curse, this baby's gonna start walking.
Starts floating upside down.
I don't like that image.
I don't like that image either, but that's what's coming to my brain. If that's the one that gets taken and it can't walk on its own.
So yeah, I like the idea of well, we know the only child that can walk. So I would just stand outside the door of the manor.
And so you want to take the manor and I'll take the other house?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's solid.
All right.
So I'll
So-
position myself near the house with the dwarven family.
Okay. So you're
With the
going.
shield and hammer out ready. if
Gotcha.
needed.
So just as to make sure I've got this. So it is Lane and Sivan at the manor, right?
Lane at the manor, Sivan at the dwarven house.
Gotcha. Okay. Petal, what you doing? Where are you stationing yourself, or are you going with Banks to go speak with Davra?
She'll go with Banks, but she's gonna keep an eye out for any tracks.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me survival then.
I don't think it's super high, but oh,
Oh,
well.
Let's go.
God damn. Petal is tuned the fuck in.
this is so like the opposite of Fallout.
It's so
Yeah.
great.
Well, here's the problem, right? This is exactly what happens in Fallout. We just rolling high is good in this one.
Yeah.
True.
I can't control how the book works.
That's true,
and
that's
the
true.
program for it.
So Petal. As you march outside of the town, the loam here, the soil is pretty soft and very amicable to tracks.
What does it taste like?
Dirt.
Mm.
Like
Delicious.
dirt. Maybe a little more acidic than usual.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Good for growing beets.
But as you're walking, as you're like scanning the ground, this area, this direction that you're walking, there is one pair of boot tracks. They seem to be fairly delicate among numerous, like as if this was like a major tradeway for wolf tracks. Like back and forth between several of them for quite a while.
So I will be inspecting this lady's feet when we meet her.
Okay.
Oh wait,
I'm gonna say that
what size are the boot tracks?
human, definitely.
Are they like adult? Could they be a child?
No, they're definitely adult.
Okay.
Yeah. I will say with that 22, you also, as you're after about 30 minutes, you find a copse of trees that with that 22 immediately, Petal, you spot a blind set up.
But what if
Which
she wants
ba-
to see?
Plus,
Jesus.
it is essentially a tarp covered in like leaves, like with leaves and things sewn into it to help it blend into the tree and shrub line. That seems to be hiding a small campsite.
She's gonna tap Banks' shoulder and point to it.
Is there any kind of greeting in Thieves' Cant?
There's not like a practiced greeting, but there, Thieves' Cant has it is a language, so like calling out a greeting in Thieves' Cant will work. Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna
Okay,
ask.
that's what I wanted to do, to say that, like, I see
That's why I
you,
wanted
I'm
you to
here, I'm
go.
friend.
It is also worth noting, by the way, for those of you who don't know, Thieves' Cant is not necessarily like a language. The way Thieves' Cant works, it is like Cockney rhyming slang. It is
I hate that so much.
the art
carny.
of Thieves' Cant is hiding what you're trying to say in
Da
uh
Vinci Code.
it's like the Da Vinci, exactly. It's a cipher. It's hiding what you're trying to say in mundane speech.
Would you
So it's
hush those
things like
dustbins?
it's going to someone and being like seeing two people go. Some guy goes like, "Oh, how's the weather been?" And the other guy goes, "Oh, rainy as usual, even if it's been sunny." That's the kind of thing to expect from like if you don't speak thieves can't. It sounds like people are just having a boring ass mundane conversation.
Oh,
Props for
Oblivion
military
dialogue.
terms. That's
I know what it
basically
means.
challenge and password style.
Yes, basically,
Well, at
it
least
is
it
a
isn't.
series of ciphers. Yeah.
At least it isn't like the Cockney rhyming scheme. How's the weather been? Tomato soup. I hate it so much.
I expected it to be more like a Carney speak, but no, that makes more sense.
It can be. Yeah, it's
The
Thieves'
fuck you
Cant is
got
like
against carnies?
that's true.
I was gonna say that's
Yeah.
Shocky's jam.
Yeah, but yeah, I wanted to say
Oh
something like
my.
that just to say
in with 2
I
viewers.
see you
Welcoming
there. I saw
everyone.
your sign.
Emote
I'm
underscore cops
friend.
38 lay browse.
or at
Okay.
least wish you no harm, kind of thing. I'm not here to take you over.
As you speak, the blind kind of the sheet is pulled away. And there's a woman dressed in like leather art, like stained black leather armor. There's a gold band over one breast. As she sees you, she kind of pulls the sleeve up from underneath a tall gauntlet, and you can see just out of the top a pair of wings and a serpentine head tattooed on her arm. She kind of like holds it there and waits for a second.
I'm gonna kind of do this as well.
Heddle's just gonna
As
be
you
looking
do.
back and forth, confused.
As you do, she puts a dagger back in her sheath. Come on, then.
We're gonna do the good old smile and wave.
That was me climbing.
Okay. It's a blind setup on the ground. It's like it's a campsite.
Oh, okay.
As you do, there's a small like a metal container, like a metal tin, like a bucket that she has a small fire going in to keep it from producing much light. Like it's a very well contained little campsite. You must be the guy then.
Yeah.
You're who they sent?
Yes.
Well, I suppose I can't judge a book by its cover, but
Damn.
name's Davra. I'm working with the Black Network here. Trying to establish a foothold. But I had a partner here with me. No, you don't have to deafen.
Okay.
You
We're
can
all
hear
just
them.
taking it as meta notes.
Yep.
Yeah.
My
I think my
my
internet's
husband
dying.
Yarek was here with me as well, but shit's kind of gone sideways recently.
What's been going on?
Fucking werewolves.
Fucking called it in my head.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. She said
At
that
least
the
one
wolf
of
like
them.
changed form into a man.
Well, I'm relieved to hear that it's werewolves.
Don't
Dude.
mind her.
We had whatever. We had fucking Haggard there in our fucking pocket. We were almost set. And then his wife fucking broke. Fucking werewolf.
Hmm. So
I
what's the-
deal with it myself. But unfortunately, I've got to try to keep these people placated. I've got to show good faith, like I'm actively working with their community to make things better, and going out and hunting a fucking werewolf doesn't really work with that well. So now that you're here, she takes that dagger out from her scabbard and tosses it to you. It's your job.
What do you know about this werewolf?
It's a big fucker. like real big guy. Doesn't seem to speak the common tongue.
Any
He,
idea what he does speak?
No,
Fucking moon speak.
Oh,
no. I've not heard it before.
the one language Petal doesn't speak. That's a joke because she's gonna know like 8 languages in 4 levels.
Rangers do good with languages. They do be learning shit.
Is he alone?
Hard to tell. He's got a pack with him, but they might just be wolves. They are big fucking wolves, not like... Sword Coast wolves are one thing. You know, they're mean as a son of a bitch, but these things are... They're fucking beasts, man.
So like rideable by a goblin?
Are you saying this out loud?
Maybe whispering it to herself.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
There's something I was gonna ask. Oh yeah, why do you think this werewolf is targeting this town?
To be honest, I don't fucking care anymore. I don't really know what brought him here. I just want that fucker's head. He killed my husband.
How do you know he killed your husband?
Because I was there.
So you've confronted him before.
Yeah, the first time. Some stupid kid. Some stupid kid went out to the forest with a crossbow. Tried to hunt a wolf. Hit the wolf. Wolf turned into a man. We were there. We're trying to establish protection here. So obviously, you know, we were trying to do what we could. So we tried to save the stupid kid from the wolf. I don't really know what happened to the kid, but she kind of
Whereabouts was
pauses
this?
and
Sorry.
down by the woods. About a day's travel from here. But in trying to protect the kid, when he turned back into a man, he killed Yarrick, my husband.
Oh, so
And
he
fucking-
killed him in human form.
Yeah. That's why I said fucking werewolves.
Petal's just gonna take a note. And then gonna bow her head, condolences that you had to bury your husband.
I appreciate it, but it does kind of come with the territory. But I've seen him and his pack out and about. They keep eyes on the town. But if the people are right, he'll be back tonight.
That's what we heard.
But I think we can get ahead of him. I've tried tracking him in the woods, but he's very good. He's very good. He's probably an agent for someone because he can cover his tracks better than I've ever seen. So
Why
think
would
our best bet-
somebody send an agent to a little podunk village?
she kind of looks at you because establishing a foothold in small villages gets you support from small lords. So when you try to make a claim to the bigger towns, you have the support of the surrounding people. She like gestures at herself.
Petal's gonna be looking contemplative, trying to put all the pieces together.
I see why you have this one accompany you.
She is a lot better than a lot of people give her credit for.
Well, I don't know how you want to do it, but there's a path, and she'll point. I've marked it with black rocks. They're unassuming. Most people don't notice them. But if you follow it, it'll take you to where he's going in and out of the forest. It's the same spot every time. I don't know if you want to try to ambush him before he shows up or when he's trying to leave, but that's going to be your best bet. If you want to get ahead of him, keep people safe, I'm sure he's prone to lash out if you try to stop him while he's in the town.
We do have allies with us here. Thankfully, it's not just us two.
Good. Good, because he's got 5 or 6 of those big fucking wolves, and he's a big fucking guy. So, that dagger's silver, by the way.
Oh.
It might be. You don't look like much as far as like an enforcer goes. I'm assuming you're probably just a footman. But if you need to fight, if it ends up with you fighting him, it's gonna be your best bet.
I appreciate this.
This is personal for me. This isn't work for the Zentarian anymore. This is work for me. You do this, I've got I'll hold a favor for you. You would know within the organization, a favor from an agent like this is a huge deal.
Yeah, I'm not even
Yeah.
part of that, and I understood that.
Yeah, I do remember like reading that. Because right before I was about to be like, well, if this is personal, why don't you come along, be an extra like, like passive party member for this event or whatever. But now that she says that,
Yeah.
I'm like, no, we'll keep this one in house. We will make this happen.
Good. I'm gonna be moving camp, especially if you're here. If you can deal with this, I've got to get back to Waterdeep. I've got too much shit to report, but you can find me there. And
Thank
here,
you.
just if you need anything, she'll toss you a pouch. Just petty cash. It's what I've got left, so use it if you need it. She returns to just as soon as that's done, she returns to like packing her stuff.
I
It is
appreciate it.
So it's a pouch of 5 gold. It's not a whole lot, but
I like it.
Not a whole lot.
Yep.
Okay, that's like $500.
$50. $50. Oh, that
Dude.
is $500 technically. Yeah.
Yeah.
The manor guy, didn't he offer us like
50 gold a head.
yeah.
Yeah, 50 gold a head.
Oh, we're gonna be rolling in it if we can
If
pull
we
this off.
live.
Yeah.
It's just a werewolf. It's one werewolf.
Yeah,
I-
with one silver weapon. That's all we have.
That's all we need.
A silver dagger.
So I was gonna ask this, like, how do we know it's a werewolf and not like a shifter or like a druid?
She made an assumption.
She's racist. I guess classist.
Because it could be a shifter that has the werewolf track, which that is a thing, but it could have been a druid, like a rogue druid. That's what I was like.
Can you oh wait, you don't have but can a changeling turn into an animal?
At level 2, druids get wild shape.
Yeah,
So not yet.
not yet.
It's like I don't have smite yet.
Oh my
So-
gosh.
It would be really useful against fucking werewolves.
You and your smite. Calm down.
As
He loves this smite.
Can't get
it
enough.
is,
That's a paladin's bread and butter.
it is. So, it is 4:30, our usual end time, right? What is our usual
Yeah.
end time, actually? I am good to go till 5 if y'all are as well.
Yeah, you're gonna fucking edge me with all this
course I
dialogue, and you're not gonna fucking let me come with fucking
Yeah,
violence.
At the very most, I'll get us to the combat.
That's fuck. I want to kill something.
So, I assume y'all are returning to your party with this information.
Yes.
Okay.
So by the time you're getting back to the party, the last bits of like the red sundown paint the town. Kind of an ominous silence
2
on
seconds.
the wind.
I got a package, I'm pretty sure, and it's just raining, so I can't let the filament stay out there.
Ah, yeah, it's fair.
So while we're waiting for Corpse, as Soda and Corpse are explaining what just happened, are we able to see those black rocks from where we're at?
No.
No, because they're in the forest.
Yeah,
There's,
they're outside of town leading to the woods. Yeah.
Okay. So we don't know exactly what direction they're in either. They're just for somewhere
they were-
randomly outside.
They were heading to the woods, yeah.
Okay.
That's where you want to go.
Yeah. So my thought is like, if we head them off, we might be able to. We might be able to trap them quick.
A moth?
I don't think we have time to trap them outside of town.
I mean,
You might-
town's small.
If you left now, you might be able to reach the point that they were talking about. Like if you left right away and left went quick.
Yeah.
We'll tell you the story on the way. Let's go.
Yeah, no
Yeah,
time to
works for me.
explain. Come with us.
Okay. So yeah, I would run with them to the point.
I've got to do a thing really quick. Petal, do you have dark vision?
Yeah, I think it's up to the usual that everybody seems to have in this one.
30 feet. Okie dokie.
Ah, yes.
Am I the only one that doesn't have it?
Oh,
I
60
believe you are
feet.
the only one that doesn't have it.
I was gonna say mine is 60 feet.
You have 60 feet? Okay.
Mine's 60 feet.
If it were dim light, you discern colors in the darkness only as shades of gray.
This is such bullshit.
I'll hold your
Sucks to
hand.
suck.
I mean, I could light bearer, basically becoming a torch.
You could do that.
Well, that may
That-
be
if
helpful.
needed.
But that would also give us away if
Right.
he
Like I
shows
said,
up
if
earlier.
needed. I didn't say I was doing it yet.
Just do it during right before combat.
All right.
I
So-
think he won't get it.
As you all, so what are you telling them, Banks? What information are you giving them?
Well, let me pull back up my notes. Davra says we're dealing with a werewolf, a big fucker who doesn't speak common, and has a pack of 5 or 6 wolves.
Big enough that a goblin can probably ride on them.
Yeah. I could probably write on one. Apparently they've been keeping eyes on the town. I'm not going to mention that he's possibly an agent for someone. But also about the path marked with black rocks.
All right. So.
Oh, and
I'm
also I
assuming-
got a silver dagger.
So 6-7 enemies can only be hurt by silver potentially.
So you're proficient with daggers, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's cool. We're right here at the Black Rocks. I'm assuming.
Am I?
You are proficient with daggers. Yeah, you're one.
You're a rogue.
You're a
You
rogue.
should be.
Well, that's what I thought, but I just didn't see it on my character sheet.
Are you proficient with simple weapons?
Yes.
Then you are.
Proficient with the dagger.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm technically also proficient with the dagger.
I'm proficient with a dagger twice. That's all.
Oh.
So, sorry. Go ahead.
the people stated that they start showing up around midnight. That it was like late at night when they start showing up around the town. So you guys set out early again, around like 6 o'clock, and get through most of a day's travel, long into the night. Get to this one.
Oh, I miss it already.
Yeah, I don't like it.
You all follow the stones.
Ah, I just closed up my Firefox. Give me a second.
Okay.
Relatable. I do that at least twice a session.
You all follow the stones until you're near the edge of the woods. Why is it saying that only one of you has your HP present? That's good.
Is it paddle?
It is paddle, yeah.
Yeah. I just thought I couldn't see anybody else's.
You shouldn't be able to. I mean, ideally, you all should be able to see each other's HP, but if you can't, we can fix that.
Ooh, I see. This must be our vision range because of the dark vision.
Yes.
And whatever this stuff. Okay, cool.
You should be able to see health bars now.
I only see mine.
Do you only see yours? Okay, well.
Same.
So, as you reach the end of the stones, as the moon, as like the clouds break, you can hear the storm kind of thundering overhead, probably threatening to break during this encounter or in the morning. The winds pick up to a howl. But as the moonlight shines on the field before you, you see lines begin to glow in a soft, kind of pinkish, pale purple light, forming an intricate, strange pattern in the grass before you. What can y'all actually see? The map?
Yes.
I
Should be.
see the circle, the trapezoid,
Okay.
3 circles inside of it, and then the circle a bit north of it.
Same.
As you guys approach, nearing the clearing of the forest, you should be able to see him on the map now.
Yep. Kind
Yep.
of. He's
Yeah. You have fading dark vision, so he should be fairly.
he's transparent.
Yeah. Marching out of the woods, you see a large man, dressed in like tattered, like almost sackcloth clothing. His hair is mussed and kind of like windswept. A fairly short beard clings to his face. His skin is like leathered and heavily tanned as he appears. You should have a handout appearing.
Yes.
He has a spear in hand that is adorned with what looks to be teeth, and marching out of the woods around him are 4 thick, shaggy, like cold weather wolves. Like wolves that are meant for weather that is not what you have here.
From this angle, does he look single? Just kidding.
You don't see a ring.
As I
Okay,
see
okay.
them coming out of the woodwork, I draw my hammer and shield.
Petal's gonna
Alright.
wave and smile.
Does
As
it-
he seems to recognize your presence here as well. You see him like roll and pop his neck on either side. And he kind of spits and then braces the spear. And that is where we're going to end tonight's session.
Way to go, Shocky. Now we're all really blue balls.
Yep. Don't worry. I got you.
We got a month for combat.
A whole month. Well, no, again, I'm happy to go to like splitting every other week, so like we can do
splitting every other week.
Let's mean next week Fallout.
Next week is off week.
No, but that's what he's saying. Is
That's what
go
I'm saying.
between Fallout and this one.
Yeah.
We
So
play
you
every
wanna
week.
run 2 between Fallout?
No, so like next week we can do Fallout.
We don't have a week off.
We don't.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah. Or I mean, if you want to just jump into the combat, we can just do next week as well. I'll leave it up to you guys.
No, because Frosty sacrificed himself, and I want to see who he rolled.
That's fair. So.
Well, no, because next week would be an off week technically, right?
Yeah.
Even if we were doing every 2 weeks for Fallout and this, the next week would be an off week. Do you saying he could run it again next week for combat, and then I can still run Fallout the week after?
I was gonna say, or if you wanted to do Fallout next week, we can start that schedule. Whatever you guys want to do, however you want to do it.
My Saturdays are free. I could do every week. Honestly, I think about Frosty.
Yeah.
Kid.
Yeah.
So
you're gonna be tired. You're gonna be tired.
Well, if we're talking about like for me specifically, he's gonna be here in 2 weeks. Like we will have him here in 2 weeks.
Oh, I'm so excited.
So next week may be my last time to play before he's here at all. I don't know. He may come. We might get induced on Monday. I don't know yet.
Well, since yours is a bigger story and a bigger world, it would make sense to do yours, mine in a 3-week cycle.
Okay.
So it would be yours, mine, yours, mine.
That works for me. And then we have an off week.
Because that gives me 3 weeks to make a session because I'm not as proficient as you are at building.
Yeah, no worries.
Excuse me. You came up with like a session in 10 minutes one day.
That is also true.
I literally just took the map from the session that you just ran, copied it, and created it again. It's not that hard.
It was great.
So for next week.
I wanted to fight more shit. I made more shit to fight. That's all it was.
So for next week, are we doing Strahd again, or are we going back to Fallout?
We're doing Strahd next week.
Okay.
And then after that, we'll do Fallout.
Works for me.
Normally scheduled week that I had planned.
Perfect. Then I will see you all next week for more Curses. Ideally, next week we should actually potentially get to Barovia.
I don't know what it
My
is, but sure.
gypsy friends.
It's a secret hidden place.
My friends.
All right, y'all. I love y'all. I gotta go.
Bye.
I'll talk to y'all later.
Love you too. I appreciate it. Thank you.
My pleasure.
Bye. And then, yeah, I guess I'll end stream because I almost forgot that I was even streaming. If you've made it this far, thank you so much for hanging out. Yeah, as we said, we should be back next week. With Frosty, I think we'll just take it by ear. Oh, hello, Obsidian Tower. I hope you're well. Do I have anybody online? We're gonna go say hi to Kaller, who's doing a subathon and playing some. Yeah, we just finished up. Good session. Petal rolled some good stuff. It's so nice to actually be able to roll. But yes, we have just encountered a werewolf. And this time, next Saturday, give or take, we should be hopefully beating the werewolf. Because I have a really dumb idea for combat, and it's going to be great. But we'll be back later with some party games, probably. But yeah, I hope everybody has a wonderful afternoon. And then, yeah, we're going to go say hi to Keller. He's playing some Vampire the Masquerade Blood Hunt. And it's his birthday subathon. And there's also drops that look really cool. So, I hope you all have a good one.